boyfriend's a bitch, he ain't shit. He can suck on my dick. I ain't with all that shit. Why he do you like this? When you're home all alone, why he out fucking around with them hoes? Cause your boyfriend's a bitch, he ain't shit. He can suck on my dick. I ain't with all that shit. Why he do you like this? When you're home all alone, why he out fucking around with them hoes?
I looked it up on YouTube, K-Huck.
I can tell you down bad, girl. I can tell you down bad. And I ain't got much to give you, except what I got in my hand. Ain't no one best ever hurt you. Ain't no one best make you cry. If anybody fuck with you, then anybody can die. He might not know what he got, but he gon' know when it's gone.
That's right, baby.
He just trying to cuff you like the 5-0. I just wanna see you live your life, though. I just wanna see you sing and dance.
This guy is too talented.
Yeah, he is.
I can't even handle it.
Tons of make her do you right. Leave that little bitch tonight, baby. Cause your boyfriend's a bitch. He ain't shit. He can suck on my dick. I ain't with all that shit. Why he do you like this? When you're home all alone, why he out fucking around with them hoes?
Cause he's beta bitch,
Cause
baby.
your boyfriend's a bitch. He ain't shit. He can suck on my dick. I ain't with all that shit. Why he do you like this? When you're home all alone, why he out fucking around with them hoes?
Oh, God.
Hell yeah.
Fuck. Tyler Cassidy, man, a.k.a. Froggy Fresh. Jeez. Whoa.
Oh, man.
Great pipes, great musical skill, great everything.
I was gonna actually leave the waiting screen or the starting screen up, but then D.Max started dancing, and I was like, I will not wob.
Listen, I got into this community by twerking, and I'm gonna get out of it by twerking too. You know what I mean?
I was like, I'm not gonna wob our viewers of content, so I was like, I gotta put Max up on there, right?
I twerk, but I don't know. I don't have pants on, so
yeah. There's already enough earthquakes in California. All right, let's be honest.
No, that was
enough.
I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for another opportunity like that. That was so funny. Holy crap!
Oh man. Well, welcome into the Clear as Mud podcast. As you can tell, we're going to have some fun tonight.
Oh yeah.
So, joining me tonight, as you can see, we've got D.Max.
Hello,
and we've got Pizzle.
Hi.
And I don't know if Seth and Gigi will be joining us or not. If they do, awesome. Love to have them. Seth probably
They're running
asleep.
like everybody in commentary these days.
You know what it is? Everybody's broom got broke. Everybody's broom got broke. We can't.
You know what? I think I have a sneaking suspicion that the reason why some of these brooms are broken is because they got shoved up people's asses and then they just snapped off. You know what I mean? Because everybody's walking around like they got a broom up their ass these days. I don't get it. I don't know where it comes from.
I don't know either, dude. I don't know.
Go off, King.
Oh man. So we're going to be talking about the big documentary that dropped on Halloween, right? The 31st, with Boogie. But before we get into that, what I would like to do is I would like to what's it here? I need to bring up I think probably this one here. Probably the best. We recently dropped a video. It's a retrospect looking back at Bunty King. And
this was so Jessica. Yeah, you got some good memories associated with this recording, do you?
Some great memories associated with that. I was dying.
Yeah.
Hey, what was it? What did he say? He was like, "I'm a cuck!" Ha 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 ha!
Jesus Christ.
That was amazing. It was such a good.
Oh my god.
Go watch it. It's a great video. It's actually I think that's actually because we recorded that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of the first recording that we all did where it's like we kind of like it's like where it clicked with Clear as Mud. I feel like it like we really all clicked. Like it was like about like a quarter of the way to halfway through, I think we all kind of clicked together, and it was just like smooth sailing from there. And it was, oh my God, it got so much funnier as it went along because the bit just kept going and going and going. So if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. And if you have checked it out and you liked it, but you didn't press a like on it, you should definitely just go press a like on that video. And
if you haven't
liked
it, what is wrong with you? Why are you?
That's
so
what I'm
misogynistic?
saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's abusive.
But it was we had a lot of fun. And the really cool thing was we had people in that were not a varying understanding or remembrance of who Bunty King was, right? Like
I didn't know who the hell he was.
Poor old Pizzle didn't know who Bunty King was. She knows now. I don't know if she's any better for it, but she definitely knows who he is.
I'm not. I'm actually worse. Knowing who Bunty King is has literally
it's diminished your life.
Oh my God. Holy crap. It's diminished my IRL life, but it is peaked my online life because the memes that I can use now that I know is just amazing.
Bunty has like a whole other
and now when people make Bunty King jokes, I don't have to fake laugh anymore. I can real laugh.
That's always the best. I love it. I love it when that moment happens where it's like, I get it now. Now whenever I laugh, it is for real. It's not just because I'm trying to make people think I'm cool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And just remember. Oh, a broom? Are we sweeping?
We need to sweep.
We need to sweep tonight.
There you go.
So
I'm confused. Like, who's sweeping anymore? I don't even. Is the sweeping narrative just dead now? Like, I'm confused.
So.
Like, I don't know how that works.
Thanks to the person that we're talking about today. God. You're
So
just trying to sweep that, and he just kind of blew it out of the water.
That's all I do, baby.
Anyway, just as a side note, if you would like to get early access to our recorded videos, right, like when we just shared with you, if you become a channel member, right, and you can for the low price of like $2, right, you could be a mudslinger, right, or if you're a little more, got a little more money in the pocket, if you want to become a mud pie, you can do that for $5, and if you're just what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. That was me.
Did you fart?
I think he did. I think he pulled a pizzle. I think he just farted
fart.
on air.
No, that's not what happened. No,
you didn't.
That's gonna be a big no for me, dog. I didn't do that. Okay, I accidentally played the stream and it went through my OBS. Don't worry about me. Don't mind me.
Mike Cullum. $10. Thanks for checking out my document. Hey, Mike, listen.
Thanks so much, dude.
Yeah,
thanks.
we really liked it.
Yeah. Listen.
Well, I feel bad about this note that I wrote about how like you shouldn't have been doing. Okay, I'm just gonna scratch that out now. You didn't do anything wrong in this documentary. Just give us more money.
Here's the thing. In all seriousness. And I've said this numerous times, but Mike probably doesn't know that. Everybody wants us. So, I have been a fan, and I still am of Boogie, warts and all. I still like Boogie, warts and all.
Does he have warts?
He did you not see the flaps of skin? He's got warts, sister.
You don't want to know.
Holy shit, he's got warts.
You don't want to know.
But I thought it was a very good video. I thought it was a very good documentary.
And the trailer was just, the trailer alone was awesome.
Yeah.
And, God, that was great.
And the thing too, I would like to say is that, I have been a follower, and Boogie and I have actually, a little flex here. Boogie and I have actually talked on the phone. We've had communications and stuff. And I shared with him then, Boogie and his content stuff was something that is still to this day is something that me and my sons kind of bond over, right? We talk and we still even go back and watch some of his older content stuff back in his quote Francis era, and we still talk about it. So, I hope personally right? Even though, like I say, he's got warts and he's made mistakes, whatever. I personally hope Boogie's around for a long time, and still continues to it, because he does make entertaining content, right? And I understand there's some of the stuff that he does is not for everybody.
When he's not in his own head about it.
Yeah, right. When he just focuses on making content, I think he does fine.
Yeah.
I struggled with that even.
Yeah.
Oh my, everybody struggles with that. Like, where it's just we get in our own heads about what everything's about. Or,
I think I don't know if there's a way for us to put, if there was some sort of, not that this is only an analogy I can come up with, but like if somebody has a problem and they get busted for driving under the influence, how they put the thing there that you got to blow on before the car start,
Right, yeah, like a little breathalyzer.
If we could come up with some sort of device that makes sure that Boogie is where he needs to be at psychologically before he's allowed to get on Twitter, I think that could be like a lifesaver for the dude. I really do.
I imagine the blow-in device, but instead of the blow-in device, it's Desi or whatever her name is, just right there.
Yeah. Say no. Taking the phone away.
I have two dudes on the screen right now that help me figure out that.
I was wondering where you were going with that. I was like,
but anyway,
our own little bathroom time.
Whoa! I mean, that's yet to be proven yet. Okay, that little tea break chat of ours hasn't been leaked yet, so let's not go into that.
There are some similarities between me and Boogie. I am a rotund guy, so
Rotund.
I am rotund. So, yeah, that's right. 2 tons of fun, baby. I've got all the wiggles and jiggles exactly where they need to be.
That almost went up my nose, dude. I just took a sip of water. God.
All right. So let's get into this documentary, and let's get into this. So, questions now.
So Red Bull.
Pizzle, have you watched this video, all 55 minutes and 16 seconds of it?
I watched a little bit of it, and then I went, and I was at work. I watched during the premiere, and then I went to background play, so I listened to the rest of it. So a lot of the times, like when he was talking about his extra shelves, I didn't get to see it, so I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah. Okay. D.Max, I know you have had some time constraints recently. Did you get to watch any of it?
I saw like 36 minutes of it, so I'm missing like the last good
20
half
minutes or so. Okay.
Yeah, but I took some notes on what I saw.
Would any of you guys be too adverse because you know how we are. We're horrible about talking so much and we don't get through the video. So would you guys... Well, we try to be fair use as much as possible, right?
So true.
And we overkill because we all love to hear ourselves talk. But so would you guys be...
Any creator is going to be okay with other creators reacting to their video in a way that makes the viewer go to the actual video? It would be us.
Oh, 100%.
That's us.
Because
that's 100%. That's the tagline of Clear as Mud. Absolutely.
So listen, you guys, right? Because we're lucky.
We watch it and react to it so that you'll want to watch it and not watch us.
Because we're lucky to get through like 5 minutes, 6 minutes of a video usually because we talk and stuff so much. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank up the speed on this thing. We'll try initially like at 1 1/4 speed. And if that's not getting us where we need to be, then, we can always crank it up a bit more. But
one time we spent 30 minutes trying to get past 44 seconds.
Yeah, right. And we just couldn't do it.
Yeah, we couldn't do it. So on that note, let's go.
When I'm on my deathbed, the biggest regret I will ever have is knowing that I had a job that every person in the world would fucking kill for, and I fucked it up. I'm gonna be mad about that until I go to the fucking grave.
All right, I have to stop right off the bat. We're 21 seconds in. This opening statement by Boogie, right, really bothers me.
Well, and this actually plays into a different part of the video about like halfway through.
Yeah.
Him talking about like the job thing.
Yeah.
I want to let you finish. I don't want to like step on your toes or anything, but that is an interesting aspect of this. I guess I'll just say it because we'll probably never get there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
like
probably
30
not.
minutes. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, we're never
No,
get that.
at around like 30 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Boogie, they do this bit where Mike Klum basically tells Boogie like go get a job.
I don't think it's a bit. I think Mike was. I'm gonna give Mike the benefit
No,
of the doubt here.
it's not a bit. No. I'm sorry.
The video.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean like a joke or anything. Like this is a serious thing. Like I believe it. I'm not saying you know. Yeah, but he goes and he basically tells Boogie go get a job, and from what I understand, he basically goes to like a career counselor or like a career advisor or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's someone who prepares you for writing a resume and interviews and all that. Oh man.
Right. And he I mean, it's like the thing is like I honestly that was the part where I feel like if I was Mike, I would be very frustrated because the way that the footage was conveyed, like the way it looked to me was like Boogie was not doing this he was not being serious because it's like the things that he brings up in that job interview with this lady. Oh my God, Gigi, that's awesome. Okay, sorry. Gigi just entered the call and I didn't expect that. That was awesome. Oh my God. GGW. Can we get some GGWs in the chat, everybody? Okay. So base. Sorry. But just to complete this thought, like he brings up the fact that he was in the porn industry after he was like after the career person brought up that he was like not doing very well and not being very like serious or candid about that stuff, and he doubles down. And then like the thing that he does the next scene is like he's you know, he calls Mike and it's like a voice note to Mike Klum, and he's just saying like he's like, no, dude, I'm like a YouTuber. I've got, 4 million whatever's like, I'm not gonna like, I'm above this basically is what he was kind of saying. Like, I'm totally above this. I don't need this. And it's like the entitlement. It's like all of the negative traits of Boogie came out in that moment. Because I'm not gonna lie. Like for the most part, I see like just a jovial, good guy most of the time. Yeah. But then it's those little moments where it's just like, ew.
The curtains get pulled back, right?
Little soul. The meat curtains get pulled back. You know what I mean? You don't like what you see.
Meat curtains. Yeah.
So, but my issue with this opening statement, right? And it's a great, and Mike did a great job, I think, actually putting this as like the opening, like, introduction to the video. And here's why. Now, I'm a few years older than Boogie. Boogie's fixing to be like, I think he's fixing to turn 50 here, maybe next year or something. I'm literally going to be 55 years old here in just a few days, right? So I've got a few years on him, right? And the thought that this man has coursing through his brain is that on his deathbed, he fucked up a YouTube career. That's what he. No, see, that's the problem. That's where the wiring is screwed up. He should be saying, when I'm going to be the regrets that I'm going to have when I'm laying on my deathbed is I didn't have more time with my family, with my friends, with my loved ones, right? It's not that, and here's the thing, it's not that I don't consider, D.Max and GG and Seth and Pizzle and those guys. It's not that I don't consider them friends, and I hope to be able to make content with them for a very, very, very long time, right? Because I love making content. They're just real fun to hang out with. And I would be sad not to, but my focus is going to be on my close, my family, right? And my sons, my wife, my, stuff like that, my brothers and stuff. And YouTube is going to be the last thing on my damn mind as I'm laying on my deathbed.
But see, the difference between you and Boogie is Boogie's whole career is online. And technically part of what he said during that thing was real. Like, he really can't get a job because it's so easy to search him. You know what I mean?
Sure.
His whole
I don't think.
career's
But
online.
no. But I disagree because like I think that anybody can find a job. I think that you will find if you look for it and you have that attitude,
Well, a
like
shit
okay, that was
job.
something I disagree about that
Gotta
too.
start
Be-
somewhere.
that
No, his
exactly.
attitude was so like
Yes.
a real job is bit. I
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
I work a very decent job, and if tomorrow I lost this job and to support my family, just myself, forget anyone else in my just to support myself, I have to go. I don't know, scrub toilets, as my mother used to say when I was younger, to get me to
Yeah.
go to class.
For me, it was
That's
dig
what I'm gonna
ditches. Yeah.
do. Like, and I don't
Well,
think there's any like
It's not a bad life.
sadness
It's
in
not
that.
why like it
Not.
doesn't have to be beneath you. And the other thing is you can start at the bottom and work your way back up. And for some reason it's like Boogie has invested his whole entire persona into like that's why he's so destroyed it seems like is because he banks off of this like YouTuber public persona thing in a way that he really doesn't need to. Like he just if he just let himself go, let himself like free, he would be okay. It's just but he can't. He's in his own little mental box, you know?
yeah. I mean, yeah,
Um
that's true. And then, I mean, I think that it's just a matter of like getting out of the habit. So like I said, his whole life is YouTube. He doesn't have like he doesn't have kids or a wife. You know what I mean? What does he have outside of the internet? Do we
his
know?
dogs,
His dogs. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
the internet is his, and
his
it's like
girlfriend.
it's like trying to get an addict who's
Yeah.
been doing this drug all their lives. It's like trying to get them to want to go to rehab.
but he's got a group of friends, right? And his
That
friends
was
are
interesting too.
as put on display in this and it was really interesting as
Oh
well too, right?
yeah, I forgot about that part.
And these are people that have been in his life for years, right? So I mean, he's got
You know, there
friends
was
around
a
him.
sorry, I don't want to cut you off,
Yeah,
but I did
yeah,
take a
yeah.
note from that because I thought it was
Yeah.
an interesting moment.
Yeah.
Because they were showing off his friends, part of
Yeah.
his like I guess magic group.
Yeah.
Right? Was it magic?
Well, board
And,
games, D&D, Magic. I mean, they get together.
tabletops. Yeah, it's like a little
tabletops. They do
tabletop
tabletop group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So but this is the quote, and I might be paraphrasing a little bit, but this is the general idea. It said, when are we gonna get GFs that aren't hookers? It was like
Yeah.
because I know that's like a part of this whole documentary as well, but it's like that statement in of itself, it's just like there's such a like a tinge of like self-loathing in
Yeah.
everything that the man says. And it's like weird because it's like I've never seen it's like going into like the most depressing circus ever. This guy is like a ringleader for depression, you know?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like what like instead of him being like, look at the wonderful elephants that are standing on balls on their tippy toes and spinning a hoop with their trunk. Rather than that, he's just like, I don't know, this is a pachyderm. He's fucking on a ball. He's probably gonna squish it. He's trying to rotate the fucking ring, but honestly, he's probably just gonna murder us all. It's like that's the way that Boogie delivers everything.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's just it is. This is a very depressing documentary.
Yeah. It
Oh,
is.
it was sad.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
God. I felt some type. I was like, God. I've been on the struggle bus, but I've never been on that struggle
Yeah.
bus.
Yeah.
Holy
We got
moly.
Nerdy John and we got Nerdy John in waiting. Do we want
What do you want, Nerd John?
We can bring him in here in a little bit. I would like to get into a little bit more of the video, if
Hang on, Nerdy
possible.
John. We'll
Yeah.
get you.
We'll
Yeah.
bring you in, Nerdy. 100% we will.
We're trying to do better at this.
Yeah. All right. So
I was going to
let's
say,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
even Mike mentioned how he felt like I can't
Yeah.
make this documentary. It's so depressing, and
Yeah.
the whole thing can't be him. And in the end, I do feel like in that regard, and I've never been in the situation where I'm in the middle of telling a well, let me rephrase that. I'm in the middle of many stories where halfway through I realize, oh no, this is going nowhere, and I'm halfway through the story. But in this case, he invested all this time and effort, and he's realizing who's gonna want to watch this. Spoiler alert, I don't feel like it had an nice, like, whole complete statement, really. Like, what in terms, if this was just a sentence or even a short story, what was the climax? What was the resolution?
Like
I don't feel
what's
like
the
there
beginning,
was
middle,
one.
and end? There wasn't really
Yeah.
a narrative. It didn't really go well.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I would I know that we're trying to get back into the video, but I did have this written down, and I figure I'll bring it up now because you did. Gigi just mentioned it. That was actually the one criticism that I actually there was like two things really for the whole documentary. Just criticism from Mike. Great documentary, you know, no shade, no nothing like that, but I did think that moment where you kind of like had like your own little aside and you were on camera and like saying the whole thing about like this is a really depressing story and why would anybody want to watch this thing? I thought that was a little bit I understand, like I can relate to that, trust me, on a level, you know, I can relate to that feeling. But don't put that in the documentary. There's no reason to. You know, it was just weird. It was like it took me out of the movie. It took me out of it a little bit trying to understand Boogie, and then all of a sudden it's like the documentarian. Like I just have to I have to sympathize with him. It's like, dude, you chose to do this. You know, so that's my criticism there. And then I just thought a few parts were just overly dramatic, but that's part of the medium too. So I light criticism, very light criticism.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Boogie2988, he's a legend of YouTube. He's been around forever.
I did think the hookers were going to be more in this, although I did find the hooker part very interesting.
Fair enough. Yeah. Starting it in the tub, I thought was an interesting choice.
Yeah. And I'll say this too, kind of while this is run here. So
there was one girl.
I'm gonna hush Boogie up here for a second, because I've been following Boogie for I'm going to say probably, God, I don't know,
Decade.
more than that. I'm going to say probably more than that, because my youngest son is 24, and I'm going to say probably 12 to 15 years I've been following Boogie and watching and his content stuff. So I'll say this, there wasn't anything that this documentary brought to me that I was not aware of, except for one thing. And I think this was the most impactful, was the fact that Boogie allowed Mike to have access to his finances and tracking that and showing these numbers on, because Boogie, here's the thing, Boogie has always made these statements of that people always overestimated the amount of money and stuff that he was making on YouTube, right? I don't think that, in my opinion, I don't think I overestimated how much money he was making. What I was not taking in consideration was how anybody with his age did not understand and know how to manage money, period.
Yeah.
That was the shocking thing to me. I was blown away. Like, right. I was like, and here's the thing too, that makes zero sense to me. Right. Because I know geographically, I don't know like street address or anything like that, but geographically I know where Boogie lives, because he only lives about 3 hours from where I live. Right. We live in the same state. And so I know what houses go for up there. I know what the cost of living is where Boogie lives, right? And the fact that in this, he reveals that he still owes like $160,000 on his home, and that he's got like $100,000 worth of equity in it, which means it's like a $300,000 home. And I'm like,
I'm sorry, he has a $300,000 home in Arkansas?
Yeah. Well, you found that?
Not that there's anything wrong with Arkansas. I find that really high.
Okay, so here's the deal. Where Boogie lives at, right, is adjacent to the University of Fayetteville, which is the big college here in Arkansas, right? And the part of the region of Arkansas that he lives in is one of the, I would say, is probably one of the highest cost of living places to live within the state of Arkansas, period. Wages up there tend to be very good. I know that if you can get a job working for a company, even school teachers, right? School teachers that live and work in the school districts in that area make really good money for this, for the state of Arkansas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm talking about good money, I'm talking a ballpark. I'm gonna say, like a starting teacher in the state of Arkansas, the state minimum, they have them at like, I think it's like low 30s, $33,000-$35,000 for a starting teaching position. That's the state minimum that school districts are required to pay. But in like up in that area, teachers will be making like mid 40s starting out.
Okay. Oh, so it's an affluent. It's a more affluent.
It's a very affluent part of the state. Yes, it really is. Yeah. So, but even that being said, and again, I'm just.
Well, but I mean, but that has to do with the financing thing too. It's like your choices. Like, sure, it feels like Boogie is making choices financially just because it's something that makes him feel comfortable. Like he's not doing anything to.
It's not making him comfortable. Like, it's equivalency to me of. It's not making him comfortable. It's what makes him happy.
Yeah, it's a placation. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. We're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and that's what's sad about it is that, like, dude, like if you just were able to take a little bit of sacrifice for a meager amount of time, you would get the benefit of it. And honestly, like, okay, like the money that you talked about for the mortgage, he literally spent the amount of money that he needs on a hooker.
Yeah, over
it's
a period.
Dude,
yeah, over a period of.
Sake, like,
it was like it was from 2018 to 2021, I think it was. So it's like basically a 4-year period of time. I think it was.
It's bro, like how much do you how much slash do you really need? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like forget the possible moral conundrums there or whatever people might have. It's like just look at it in terms of like numbers. It's like that's just a bad idea. Like, if you can't afford it, why are you doing it? Yeah. Like, I get it. It's sex addiction. I get it. It's like a drug or whatever. But, bro, I mean, there's other ways to get your jimmies off. For fuck's sake, and they're a lot cheaper too.
Yeah. Yeah, and the whole argument when they, because that's, and we'll get into it because, here's a, because I really, let's play because I really want to go over these numbers here.
I don't know if I should talk
real
about
quick.
this,
Can
Mike,
we just
I'm
pause? Say,
Yeah.
I don't think it can be called sex addiction. It's not sex. It's specifically a certain level of attraction level, because I don't know any at the moment. I've met a couple sex addicts, and one of their things is that they'll end up fucking anything, right? When they get, down to it. He has internet stardom. He could fuck a person for free. That's not the issue. He wants to fuck somebody he finds attractive and that meets a certain standard. It's like he wants to live in a $300 house in Arkansas. You could live.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could move to many parts of Arkansas for less. He could sell that house and have.
That's one of those comfortability things that I'm talking about. Yeah, it's like you don't need to do the things you're doing. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't know where you were going with that, but you're right. I mean,
I'll just put it this way: like we're like the town and stuff that I work in and stuff, right? Again, a college town, right? That house that Boogie lives in, it's not like a mansion. It's not nothing, right? You could get that same house in that town for probably ballpark half the cost that he paid for that house.
Right.
They've got internet.
He's paying a lot of it in just location.
Yes, it's yes.
It's like the house that I got, the house I had in Orlando, significantly more money than the house I'm living in right now. Even though the house that I'm living in right now is a lot more space, but it's just because it's in Orlando versus here, versus somewhere else, versus somewhere more rural.
Yeah.
So yeah, also, you guys are saying his house is not a man. As someone who lives in the tri-state area, it looks quite cavernous by many standards.
But it's
I mean, like
it's probably, I'm gonna say conservatively, it's probably a 3-bedroom, maybe 2.5 bath house. It's probably ballpark. I'll say 2,500 square feet, something like that. It's not multi-storied. It's just a ranch style average home, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't really
let's
have
not
any
get
land. I mean, he just has a lot. It's on a lot. It's not even like he has a lot of
Well, he
land
owns
with
two
it either.
properties too, right? I mean, he owns that other property as well, doesn't he? But he hasn't done anything with that one.
Well, you talk about where his childhood home and stuff was?
Yeah, because he has
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, but it's not worth, it's like,
I know
I
that's
think-
not worth anything, but like it's.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's worth something to somebody.
sure, if
you know?
someone will pay for it. Sure.
If someone will pay for it. But let's not get into the weeds about that. Let's get to the actual numbers in the video, because
Okay,
otherwise
yeah.
we're going to be stuck on 1 minute.
Okay, here we go.
There was one girl that I dated. She liked a lot of childish things. She liked rubber ducks. That's why I have some of these rubber ducks. And one of my favorite memories with her is us sitting in this tub, her playing with rubber ducks as I watched her, and then when we got out, I took her to bed. One of the best nights of my life, and it happened right here.
I've had a lot of great sex. I don't know if
Yeah,
I
so
would ever say that any night of sex I've ever had is the best night of my life. It's a priorities thing, you know. I just can't imagine having sex so good that I'm like, my God, I could die happy now. Like really, you know. Like I mean, I
Yeah.
could understand saying that, but like, dude, again,
Yeah.
priorities, man.
Yeah.
When it comes to financial approach, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Money comes in, money goes out. For the longest time, my ex-wife handled
relatable
that shit, but then I got
content.
divorced.
This is the
I-
most relatable part of the entire document. I know what I'm doing with my
Yeah.
finances. Same.
It used
I
to be
was
that
didn't teach us
way.
that in school.
It used to be that way with me when I was making more money, but now Scott makes more money, so now I know where the money goes because I gotta be like, babe, I'm gonna transfer some money to my account, okay? And he's like, for what? I'm like, for Amazon. He's like, for what? Amazon. So that's just how it is. But yeah.
So let's look at some of these numbers here.
I don't know where my money is. I don't know what it's doing. The only thing I've ever done with it is I threw it into crypto and then lost a shitload.
700.
So $750,000 he put into crypto. $750,000. And he lost $600,000 of his initial investment. But here's the other tale on this part, right? He put in the initial investment of like $750,000, and it went up and away. And he had like, if he would have pulled out, right, when it was at close to the peak or whatever, he would have had multiple millions of dollars, right? But he didn't. And it burst, as cryptocurrency does a lot of times. It burst. And so not only did he lose his gains, right, but he lost $600,000 of his initial investment as well, right?
It's just crazy to me because like if he had like literally you just take that amount of money to pretty much any, like unless it's like a really shitty one, financial investor,
Yeah.
and you'll get like a return on your investment at least like, what is it? Like I don't know what the low is. It's like maybe you might be able to get like 5%, you know?
If he put that like in a CD or something, right?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
even or a low yield investment, right? He could have gotten a
It's not-
good
it-
2 to 3%
It's
return.
guaranteed. It's
Yeah.
pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah,
You don't
exactly.
even need to like gamble it. It's like
No.
literally that just works that way.
Now,
So
here's
and
something
then you
else.
just have the money too. That's the other thing is the money's just there. Like you can just take it.
So I want
know?
to point something else out, right? So he took $750,000 that he had liquid assets laying around, invested it in the cryptocurrency market. Okay. Now I want you to remember, take a note. He still owes $160,000 on his home. If he would have just taken part of that liquid asset and paid it, what I don't understand, what is baffling to me in my 55-year-old brain, if you have the money sitting in the bank to pay off your mortgage, right? And
Why
I'll
wouldn't
even
you
be
do
I'll,
it?
I'll I'll even
Just
be
do it.
I'll even be generous here, right? And say maybe he had a mortgage rate of say 3 to 5% interest rate, right? Which is possible depending on when he got the mortgage. You get 35% interest rate, right? By paying off that $160,000 that he owed, do you have any idea how much interest he would have saved? Because he still probably owes. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. So we know that he's paying $2,000 a month is what his mortgage is. $2,000 a month. So just straight paying off $2,000, he's still going to be paying on that thing for about 8 more years, right? Is that right? Is my math right on that?
Something like that.
I think so, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Math is Jessica's strong suit. We should ask her.
Yeah, math. Jessica's great at mathing.
Oh, as soon as y'all started talking math, as soon as people said a quarter or whatever he
A
said
third,
of a million,
3/4 of a million.
Well,
three-quarters of a million,
Yeah.
I zoned the fuck
Zoned
out.
Yeah. Now,
well,
I'm like
you know,
750,000, and then Peepaw with his maths brain was just like, that's $750,000. I'm like, okay.
I'm sorry. Numbers matter. I'm sorry. It's the only thing that's constant is numbers. 1 + 1 is
And
always
we-
going to equal 2.
Calculators now.
So
I mean,
anyway,
I wouldn't know how to calculate that.
all right. So let me
I
check
like
my
Carlos
math.
Barkley's chat. I like Carlos Barkley. He says, like, help me. I need to budget. This is my family is starving. Groceries 200, rent 600, utilities 300, rubber duckies and arcades $10,000. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
I think
It's that
so.
shit.
Like my is so like I think maybe I understand Boogie with his money because when I left one of my other jobs, right? I pulled out my whole 401k, and I could have paid off my old car with it. And
And what did you do, Jessica?
I mean, I paid off a lot.
What'd you do
But then the
instead?
rest of it, I gambled.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
can I? The other
Something you
reason
were
I maybe did not enjoy this was exactly this. I felt like I have something coming up. I need to do like a big change. Like, well, if I pull some money out of my 401k, I could do that and go to Disney. And
Bro,
I'm like, I shouldn't.
I had so much money
do
in
that.
that 401k, and I had so much money. Now, however, like I said, I did pay off a lot, mainly because my ex-wife used it to pay off our joint stuff, and then we were already on our way to divorce, and I just got pissed off, and I was like, fuck, I didn't want to pay those bills. Why did we pay those bills? And then I was like, well, let me try to get it back. And I didn't. So
I, for one, blame the American education system because the thing is, like, no matter how much debt I get out of, I still have student loans. So it's not like I'm ever really.
I thought you meant
I'm
it the other
dead.
way. I thought you meant they don't teach us finance, which is true
they
too.
don't
Well,
teach us
also,
finance.
Yeah.
if they had taught me finances, I would not have student loans now. Now would I? I would not have
Exactly.
accepted those.
Exactly.
That's why they don't.
Because they
teach
don't
us.
want
It's
you to
all
know.
just-
Because this is why I hate school. Sorry, this is a whole other tangent. But
Yeah.
let's
Chat real quick. Chat. Borrower's defense. Google borrower's defense. And in a lot of cases, if you were coerced into getting the loan by yourself, if your school gave you wrong information, you could get your student loans forgiven 100%, just like I did, and just like THS and everybody, and my sister and everybody else I gave that information to.
Thanks,
Borrower's
Obama.
defense. Yep. Well, actually, it is thanks Obama because
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
it really was, and it was so easy. And
I have some follow-up questions.
yeah, well, hit me up later, and
Okay.
I will give you the information, and I will help you through the process. I got so far 5 people, including myself, have our loans 100% forgiven. So,
Wow,
mhm.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
You
and it's
you
not,
can and should
and
put
it's
that on a
not the
resume.
student loan forgiveness. It's separate from that.
And here I am setting a dumbass because I agreed to do something and got it and paid off my loans. I guess I'm
Yeah,
the moron.
Yeah, well, see, in my special case, my college got shut down because they were so bad. So, yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, they got it. There was a lawsuit in my case. So.
Mine don't even exist anymore. So
yeah, well, that's because you're old.
Kiss my ass.
Wow, Jessica. Oh my God.
And for the record, I was
a
little off. It's actually about 7 years that he still has to be. He'll be paying off the. He'll have his house paid off. So I was in the ballpark. I was, my gray matter math in here. But anyway,
right. You're right that he could have paid it off.
Yeah,
that is very irritating to me because he could have paid it off. Had $500,000 to fucking jerk off with, like, dude.
He could have paid if he would have not. Okay. Just his hooker money would have paid his house off with about $40,000 left over.
I mess with a man's.
And listen, I don't have a problem. Listen, I am actually for the legalization of prostitution. I think it should be legalized and taxed and regulated and all that. I'm hey, big time supporter of that, right? But it's kind of like,
but just it's just
take care of your obligations.
Like
ensure your
yeah. That's why. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing as a drug addiction. It's just like because I'm of the mindset that like I think that legalize all the drugs. I don't care. Like whatever. The ones that are problematic to me, I'm never gonna do.
Yeah.
If it's problematic to my family, I will dissuade them very heavily from doing so. And otherwise, they'll seek the consequences, and then that's their problem.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with sex work or the same thing with prostitution and all that. It's like, but again, if it's buyer beware always in every instance. I do not feel bad if you made a decision to spend money. I don't care what the vice is, okay? You spent the money, it's spent. I'm not gonna like throw shekels your way just because like, oh, woe is you. It's like everybody's got a woe is you sob story, you know? We could all use a little bit of money. What is that? What's the All-Star? Damn it, there's a line from All-Star. Smash Mouth. I'll think of it in a second.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me.
So, all right. So let me take us back to where's it at? There's the button. And let's finish watching Boogie here. Cause I want Jessica to be able to see the meat curtains.
Well, here's everything. If you want to see, there's $2,758 in my bank account right now. And let's see if mortgages come out yet. So tomorrow when they take mortgage out, I'll have about $700 to live.
That's it? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
That's all he's got.
And you know what? Here's the sad part about all that, right? You know what I did not see? So it shows his mortgage, right? It shows his checking account, right? And it shows his credit card debt. But there was one count that was missing. That's the savings account.
No savings.
Here's a little bit of peepaw wisdom for you guys from an old man. I don't care what your monthly income is, right? That's irrespective. You should have. You ready for this? You should have anywhere from 3 to 6 months worth of your monthly expenditures in savings at all time.
Just in case.
And once you get to that level, once you have that level of like, if your cost for you to exist, right? And that's like if you got rent, mortgage, groceries, car payment, car insurance, electric bill, whatever. I'm not talking about cable bill, internet bill, because if you lose your job, that should be the first shit that gets turned off. Your internet, your cable, your, you keep only what you have to live, period. Those are wants. They're not needs. So whatever that dollar amount is, you should have safely 6 months worth of that in your savings account. Because if something happens, right, and you lose your job, that gives you a 6-month cushion to find another job. And if you don't have that safe,
or
yeah,
in case you need to, like, I don't know, hire somebody to murder someone.
well, no, or like what
What?
happens?
Oh,
What happens if you're all of a sudden your car breaks down, right? And you have to come up with $1,500 to repair your car, right?
Well, see, in my case, I'm a rich girl and I've gone too far because I know it don't matter anyway. I can rely on the old man's money. I can rely on the old man's money. It's a
Okay,
rich
well, I
girl.
don't have a rich daddy to to do that for me.
No,
So
Listen,
I don't.
I ain't saying
don't,
Pizzle is a
but-
gold digger, but all I'm saying is that she ain't messing with no broke. Somebody please stop me.
Well, we all know your feelings on that.
But
We
no.
all
Actually,
know-
it's funny.
We all know D.Max knows who's in Pures.
yeah, exactly. But no, seriously,
You got me.
seriously, guys. I mean, I'm kind of whatever. But no, if I'm serious, if you're not doing that kind of, you instead of buying, and that's one of the things that comes out in this thing, right? Where Boogie's going through and he's like, I got a budget, whatever. But then you go and he's buying all these different games like Diablo 4. That game was like $60. And that was just for the basic. That was no bells, no whistles, just for the basic thing. It was like $60, I think it was when it came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he also bought Final Fantasy 16, which was like $90, and it's like, dude.
Which
Yeah.
was a crap game. I'm so mad.
Right. So my point is like if you are living hand to mouth, which he is, you don't buy that shit. You just don't. It's brain dead. You don't. But anyway, let's get
Derek
on.
Voss is asking, why are we getting the lecture? Well, you know, it's because people
It's
wanted to
because
say
we
all this
got
on the
an
phone.
old man as
No,
our main host.
It's because Peepaw's right, but he wanted to say all this to Boogie, but Boogie wouldn't listen. You know,
Listen.
that's why he's in this straight.
So
That's
why? Okay.
hard.
So here's the thing, Fairy. I am not lecturing you unless it applies to you.
So you're lecturing me.
If the shoe fits.
If it applies to you.
I got $50 in my savings.
Good for you.
Wait, gamer moment.
Thank you, D.Max.
I'm
You're
not.
welcome.
All right, let's get on to Boogie and his God.
Till the
that's
20th
just-
when I get paid again from YouTube. So I'm just going to live off of $700. And I'll probably sell some cards along the way and use that money to make ends meet as well. I have a credit card with them that I owe $600 on. And on top of that, I still owe $163,000 on my house. I think my net worth is zero. Once you pull the equity out of the house, get rid of the house debt, sell off all my collectibles, and pay off all my debts, I think that puts me.
And here's the thing: he has his collectibles down there for $29,500, right?
Ain't no way.
There's no way, because and this is one of the things that he learns, right? And I don't know if we'll get to this or not, but he actually takes some of his MTG cards to sell, right? And the guy who's a buddy of his gives him some really generous prices, right? But it's like half of what he thought
what
he
he
was
was
going to get, right? So that 29.5, you probably could drop that down to about 15, maybe 20 if he's lucky.
Maybe 12. Honestly, I think it'd probably be more like 12.
Yeah,
if he sold
maybe.
all of his cabinets, though, if he sold all his arcade cabinets, I mean,
And-
maybe you could bring it back up. But
No, but those
you gotta
things,
find
those things.
somebody to buy
Okay,
'em.
so here's the deal: those cabinets, brand new, was going for $500, brand new.
Oh shit.
What's a cabinet? What's an arcade?
It's
what,
a-
what?
it's
Those little
arcade
one-up arcades.
cabinet.
Yeah,
Yeah, you ever been to an arcade? You know, like the little booth thingy, and then you go up and it's got the joysticks and the buttons. It's a
Yeah.
cabinet.
yeah. That's
So
an
the-
arcade.
so
Like
the
Tommy C
whole
has in his
thing-
background.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
it's
I
a
just
it's an
thought
arcade
that
cabinet.
was an
It's
Yeah.
arcade
So
game.
he had a
yeah,
deal with.
same point. Same
So
point.
here's the deal: he had a thing with One Up, which is the manufacturer of those, where they were giving him them to review and whatever, and he was like a sponsorship, whatever, right? So he wasn't shelling out the $500 per cabinet, right? But here's the
Okay.
deal: resell on those, if he's lucky, if he got 50% of the retail value of that, he would be
I mean, he's making bank, given
damn lucky. It's all profit.
Yeah.
It's all good for him, right? But still, at 250 he'd be lucky. And the thing is he's banking on, because I know what he's thinking, right? He's banking on, well, I got this from Boogie, so it's worth more. No, it's not. I don't give a shit if he signed it. It's not worth more.
The narcissism with that is like, dude,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's even, I don't think there's anybody on YouTube where if they sold something, it would be worth more because it's them. I don't think there's a single YouTuber right now that's like
there's
that.
The Paul brothers.
I don't know.
I
I don't
think
even
Bill
know if they would.
DeFranco could do it.
Which one of them is on WWE now?
Logan.
Logan.
Yeah, Logan.
Okay, so here's the deal, right? I say this. Okay,
Maybe Mr. Beast. Maybe.
Look, there are people out there. There's no doubt in my mind. There are fans of Boogie's that would probably give him closer to retail value for some of those things if he signed them, just because they are super fans of Boogie's. I can't just be that dismissive of it, but what my point is that I realistically, how many of those people are going to travel to Arkansas to his house, right, to pick up the cases because
and have to wade through him getting to his front door and going like, are you going to make me do this? Are you really going to make me do this right now? You know, it's just like, that's not a good look. Don't do that.
Yeah.
At $0. Shit. I'm worthless. Yeah, this is
why I thought it was cool.
Puppies.
What's that?
No, keep playing it. I was just saying this is why I thought it was cool, because I like the way, because it's like it's his little fantasy world while he's in the tub, and then it's the harsh reality when he has to get out. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Like I said, Mike did a great job with the
The
documentary.
Like the tone.
Ooh.
But my best feature.
So like he's trying to save up $20,000 so he can get the excess skin removed, right?
Mm.
20,000 is what it would cost to have that. Jeez, I can't. Anyway,
How
This is the
though?
one
I don't know
ladies
why.
love.
Sorry, I'm just saying. So like, technically, Boogie, if you're watching, let me know. I can figure out a way with your insurance to get it for free. And you just gotta. There's steps, and you can get it for free. So, without a deductible,
Pizzle
if
up.
you have insurance. Because if it's 20,000, I doubt he has insurance. But
No,
I
he
like that
has
Pizzle's just like Pizzle's just like, you know what Boogie's biggest problem is he's not scamming people hard enough,
Yeah,
right? If you just
exactly.
got into the nitty gritty of all
No,
the
I'm
contract
very-
dealings
I'm
of
here
all
for
of
it,
the
though.
people, it's not people, it's the system. The system
Sure.
scams people just
No,
because
I don't disagree.
knows how to scam the system.
I don't disagree. I don't
Yeah.
disagree.
So,
I call it my meat
good night,
apron.
Trippy Savage.
I have
Night,
two
Trippy.
yeah.
meat curtains.
Night, Trippy.
There's a second one.
Oh god.
I have two glorious meat curtains.
And that's his testicles.
No. Oh my Lanza. Oh my god.
Now
You know,
stop.
I mean-
how graphic do we want to get here?
Go all the way. I want to see it
We'll go-
all.
okay. So here's
all
the
I'm
thing.
saying is like he's up there, okay?
Yeah.
Like I don't know why we're staring down here. He's up there.
Yeah.
Let's go up there.
So here's the
Let's
thing.
Go zoom in on it.
that second flap of skin, there was a handling fee. I guarantee you that he was having to pay the hookers to move that out of the way so they could find his pecker.
That's why it was so expensive.
Yes, there's a handling fee there.
They were like, Boogie, this is all well and good, but I have to charge you about $20,000 extra because I have to bring a gas mask every single time, and I don't know. It's like either you gotta shower like before, or after. You know what? Let's do the shower before, after, during. Let's just be in the shower. I think that might
I'm
work out
having
better
all
for everybody.
kinds of gross thoughts right now.
Yeah.
Really gross.
I don't like showing.
I
the
Give
like-
us one of them.
You
He does-
really want to know?
here's-
I'm wondering how hard is it, because you know that his girlfriend's on top. How hard is it for her to get it in? Like she's gonna have to like push the belly up, and then you know what I mean?
It's like a t-shirt. It's like when you got a t-shirt thing going
when you
on, and then you gotta
the
like
t-shirt. Yeah.
right.
Only it's like that. And then as she lets it go, you know, so she can do her thing, but it's just like
Oh my god.
bumping up on her belly the whole time. That's exactly it. Just Okay, that's just one dirty thought.
That's your image there, everybody. And by the way, if you haven't pressed like yet, please press like on the screen. We would
I'll
appreciate
never
it.
stop, nerdy. I'll never stop.
Because you'll never get entertainment like this ever again, right?
GG, you're not going to dissociate. You're not in chat. You're here with us.
Stop dissociating.
I'm not gonna let you dissociate from us. No longer.
People don't like seeing it.
Then why
like
did you
seeing
show it?
I like it because I like seeing it. I want to see more.
You want to
That
God,
freeze
this-
frame is perfect.
So that's
Go
why I'm going to die.
Turn around. I want to see the back flaps. Oh, there. Oh,
look at those feet.
Look at them cankles.
The feet. Get those feet
Yeah.
pics. Get your feet
Let's
pics,
see
people.
them cankles. Oh, I love it. I love it. I want to touch it. I want to
No.
pinch it. I want to pinch the extra skin, and I want to rub it between my fingers so bad.
It would bruise. It would just immediately bruise. It would just like become
you
like
don't
a.
know that.
Yeah.
I want to. It probably wouldn't hurt him a bit. Boogie, let me pinch your extra skin.
Yeah,
for a
let
little bit.
Pizzle fix your insurance problems, and the
Pinch
payment
your
that you'll
skin.
get is just pinching your skin. There you go.
I want to rub it between my fingers. It won't hurt, I promise.
All right,
And
all right,
I
all
know
right,
it's
all
gonna be
right, all
right here, and like underneath your boob, on the boob side, right there. I know where that soft skin is. Give it to me. Boy.
All right, Pizzle, I get it. We get it. You want to pinch Boogie? We get it. I don't even know if that's TOS technically.
Let pizzle. That's all I can say. Holy shit.
Well, my real name is Steve Williams. I'm known online as Boogie2988 because there's a lot of famous Steve Williamses, and I'm not one of them, right? I started a YouTube channel back in 2006, right at the very beginning.
So here's something interesting, right? That I found that kind of was right. So when I had my phone conversation and he wanted to know what to, so I told him what my name was or my first name. I didn't give him my full name, right? I said, so can I call you Steve? Or do you prefer Steven? He said, Boogie. That's how I'm known. That's what I'm referred to as Boogie. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Do your power play, buddy.
Yeah. After, because that was a power play, because you've told me that a few times, and I'm like, I think that's what it is. After watching, majority of this documentary anyway, I get the sense that like he really has a big ego when it comes to his YouTube presence or who he is as a YouTuber. And hey, respect where respect is due, right?
He's
You're an
OG
YouTuber.
Yep.
You're OG. Nobody's ever going to take that away from you. But dude, you have to understand, celebrities.
Yep.
That's like, in my opinion, I think celebrity is a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Okay, ain't nobody gonna be out here putting you on a fucking pedestal. And anybody who does is like, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know if that's the way to go.
Something real quick that I want to point out on this, right? Mike, to my knowledge, right, made no money off of this. I'm gonna tell you why he didn't make no money.
Because it got demonetized?
No. He's not even monetized.
Oh, he's not monetized.
Oh.
This is a brand new channel, right? So he's gotten 4.2 thousand subs off of this documentary. This here was his very first video they uploaded to the channel, right?
Well, other than the trailer.
I don't even think
get you some vidIQ, dude. Like, Jesus. I'm
well,
sorry, I'm looking
okay.
at
Here's
your,
the thing. Well, here's the thing, though, right? You have to have two things to become monetized with YouTube.
Three things.
Two.
You got to verify yourself.
Okay, but that's nothing.
Dude, when you look at the money thing, it has three.
People,
don't you get me in on this.
anybody can verify who they are, right? And has not. That's easy, right? But there's two things that you have, because I can create a brand new YouTube channel right now and verify who I am, and it means absolutely positively zero, zilch, nada, nothing, right? You've got to have at least 500 subs to get channel memberships, right? But a channel like this, who's going to focus on making videos and not live stream or anything like that, he's going to focus on, it's going to be all about the ad revenue. So that means he's got to have 1,000 subs, and he's got to have, what is it?
It's 4,000 watch
hours. Yeah.
in a year.
Yeah.
Or 10 million public short views in 90 days.
Well,
Yeah.
the good news is he definitely got that on this video.
Yes, this one video, he should be able to go through the process now to get monetized.
Lucky. Mike, can you make a video for my channel? I still need
That's how that works.
I still need 2,000 more watch hours.
Do you want me to tell you how you can get watch hours up, Pizzle? Seriously?
Don't you tell me to go live because I don't know how to do it.
Go live. Go
I'm
live.
too lazy
live.
and I
Say
don't
that.
want to bug anybody to teach me how to do it.
Okay. Well, I told you I'd help you, but okay.
I know, but I'm always scared about bugging you about it
Why?
Aw.
because it's gonna take a chunk of your
No.
free time.
10 minutes.
Oh, really?
If
Yeah,
that
okay.
much.
It's not that hard.
If that much, 10 minutes.
Because you use OBS anyway. So
Yeah.
it's not, yeah, you'd be fine. You could figure it out.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I mean, if it's that, I thought it was gonna be like an hour or something.
Nah.
Worth of you.
Nah,
Oh,
it's really
all
not a
right.
big deal.
No, it's
Cool.
easy. It's about 10 minutes. Yeah.
got famous for comedy sketches as well as like life vlogs and just sharing my personal life with other people.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you. My ankle on my left leg and head. But that's just the kind of woman I married.
See, that's just, I mean, it's a 2-car garage, right? And like I said, he
That's
made
really
it.
Yeah.
nice.
It's a nice house, but it's not like, I'm telling you, it's not like a,
That
It's not a
is like
mansion.
that house is worth like $3 million in California.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but that, again, you're talking about the,
Again, it's
the real estate
location,
costs.
location,
Oh, you're talking
location.
about Arkansas.
Also,
Yeah.
people, my first apartment in New York was $1,400 a month and didn't have a closet. Okay, so like I don't know.
So they forced you out of the
Feels-
closet?
They did.
Oh God.
I mean,
I did. Seth did. Seth went over because Gigi became
Well,
part of the
okay,
Goblin
yeah,
Squad.
I understand. You know, at one time I was a single peepaw. I had very little money, and you know, I had all that stuff. Right, I had the struggles, so I understand. Right, I mean,
Mhm.
but
Mm.
I'm just. This is a nice house. I'm not crapping on Boogie's house. It's a nice house.
It's
I'm
nice house.
just
Well,
saying. He
no,
could have lived if he wanted to live in Arkansas. I get, you know, because that's where his brother lives, is here in Arkansas. He could have lived in this area and lived in Arkansas and lived in a little bit different geographical part of the state and lived so much cheaper, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Again, it's the
that's
comfort
all I was trying to say. Really was, you know. So
Yeah. Cut off
Are
your
there
nose
any
to face.
beaches in Arkansas?
well, we have a lot of lakes and stuff that have beaches, but it's fresh water. It's not salt water.
Oh. Is it clean and clear?
Yes.
No, that's pretty.
Oh, Jessica.
I like to live next to the water, and I don't understand why other people don't.
I mean, that's why I live in Florida.
Mhm.
And the good
I've
news is we don't
always-
have to worry about a shark come up and biting our toes off or nothing.
Listen,
Mhm.
just because I am was living in the shark bite capital of the world, all right, doesn't mean anything. All right.
Doesn't.
It just means that I'm cool and that all of you guys are very scared of sharks. They're like
See,
puppy dogs.
The good thing about California is it's got mountains, it's got oceans, it's got lakes, it's got forests, it's got.
also
You
got
see,
an
we all
earthquake.
thought it was paradise. Yeah, we
Yeah.
thought it was paradise. We thought it was heaven, but as it turns out, it's just what's the other place? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, we pay
It's
for
got
it though.
it's got earthquakes. It's got earthquakes. It's got
Which I only felt
riots.
one,
It's got riots. It has
which I haven't seen any. I just.
the largest collection of homeless people
Yeah.
in
Yes.
the country.
But
Yeah.
they are
Gavin
more
Newsom.
than
But-
willing to share their ish with you.
I bet they are.
More
Fair
than
enough.
willing for free.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, let's look at some more statistics and stuff here. So in 2018, right, he was getting around 280,000 views per video, right? So about 250,000 views per video, right?
So give her some love in the comment section. Give her as much money as I used to make, and it's not exactly.
And now he's getting about
Oh my
17,000.
god! Wow! Wow! That's gotta suck. Especially
Yeah.
for an OG.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Drama Alert would probably still get more views on that. Oh my god! Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
depressing.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is where I spend 6 to 8 hours a day trying to figure out how to save my career.
What's up? Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Boogie2988 country levels get to the power of the internet. Today, let's talk a little bit about why you got to do better than I did, right?
I've told the audience, I told you guys, I told everybody, this is the center of my world, right here in this recliner with my dogs.
So his income for the last 30 days was $5,742. His expenses were $7,800, so he had a deficit of a little over $2,000.
Income. That's a month. That's a month. That's
His expenses are $7,800 a month.
Now in Arkansas, now his expenses are probably his own stupid fault.
Mhm.
But in Arkansas, I'm sure $57.42 a month would be fine. But he's not living within his means.
Bingo.
Obviously.
There you go. I can tell you that me and my wife live quite comfortably on less than that a month.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Again, tri-state area, he spends way more than I do also. And I'm like, how? Doing
Yeah.
what?
I don't understand that. Like, because I mean, technically we are like a little comfortable to where I can buy stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
You have
that
the
we don't
Amazon addiction.
necessarily need.
Yeah.
I have an Amazon addiction that I manage and that we can afford.
Yeah.
But if I was only making $57.42
Yeah.
and my expenses every month were $7,800, then I would be finding myself a
Cheaper.
girlfriend who
Or-
has money as well, so we can dual the income.
Yeah.
That
Or
would be
how about
beneficial.
this? How about this? Just a thought. Maybe you change your spending habits too.
Or you get a dual income by getting yourself a girlfriend who has a good job.
Or how about this? You try to find somebody that has income and bring in additional income and reduce your monthly expenditures too
by a little bit.
by a lot.
Oh.
But
But
anyway,
now if he gets an Arabian, if he goes gay and gets an Arabian man,
yeah,
he wouldn't have to worry.
Hmm.
Watching television.
Yeah.
He did, Boogie just needs to find a Nigerian prince. He'll be great.
Exactly.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not television. But the other day, the audio on this TV started to go out. And whenever it would make like S sounds, it would crackle. And so I know I'm budgeting, but I immediately went to Amazon and bought a sound bar for $100.
This is a perfect microcosm of his whole entire problem.
Yes.
Keep playing it. Keep playing it.
Yeah. Well, it's just the fact that I'm budgeting, but I went ahead and spent $100 on something I don't need.
Yeah, no. But this is what I'm saying. No, but that's exactly the point. Yeah.
And then the next day, the TV stopped crackling. And now I have a $100 sound bar that I don't need. But I know I'm supposed to be budgeting
right there.
right now.
It's
because
like
that's my TV,
it's
because that's
the
my only-
immediacy of trying to get the thing.
Yeah.
And then it's the fact that you don't need it. You could have just waited. You didn't have to do that. Like you drag your feet on all of the important things, but the frivolous things you just jump on.
Yes.
It's just, dude, like
it's because it's all about his immediate gratification. Right?
Can I say, why didn't he says now I have this sound bar that's $100 that I don't need. I'm like, you could return it. Am I crazy? Am I an insane person? Why is he not just returning it? Why does he now have to keep it? What's his issue? He can't.
I don't know.
It's strange.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that for you.
Do people not return things? Did I miss a memo on returns are not a thing we do?
I'll put it to you like this. I don't return things because I don't buy things just on a whim, right? I just don't. I drag my feet on everything.
You know what, people? That's because you're a male, and sometimes females get manic, and the way to get us out of that manic episode is to do some self-care, and that self-care tends to be shopping.
I concur. Also, sometimes my dogs don't like the treats that I buy them, and they're very expensive. And fuck Amazon. but also, you know, take back the dog treats that my dogs didn't care for. So both of
Am
us.
I devilish to everybody else right now?
Yes.
Always. You're always devilish.
No, that's fiction. My camera just went super red.
Oh, that's weird.
Is it? Do you guys see it, or is it just me?
Yes.
No, everybody sees you're lady in red.
Oh, wow, what happened?
Oh, guess what, guys? She put on the red. What was this? You don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne.
I'm gonna join you in the red.
Jeez.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
All right.
Stop doing that.
All right. Let's go on with this. What the hell? Oh shit! I pushed the wrong button. What? Stop pushing buttons, old man.
Damn it. Hate when that happens.
Only source of entertainment because it's the only thing I do. It's one of the only things that bring me peace. Like I'm like, I have to be able to hear my fucking TV. But that's every addict, right? Like Mitch Hedberg said, I'll just do enough heroin. And then he like OD'd on heroin, right? So I guess every addict tries to manage the addiction, but I don't know, man. We were talking about compulsive spending a minute ago?
Yeah.
Dude, I spent a lot of money on stuff.
Yeah.
You know where a lot of the money went?
Oh, here we go.
And like it felt really compulsive at the time.
It felt compulsive at the time.
This is where it gets. This blew my damn mind.
So it says between 2018 and 2021, Boogie spent over $200,000 on sex workers across the U.S.
Jesus.
Holy shit!
Jesus.
$200,000. Again, keep in mind that like that amount would have like fixed his problems at least with his mortgage.
$163,000 he owed on his mortgage. This would have left him ballpark like $40,000.
Yeah.
And his house would be paid for. And guess what? He would his monthly expenditures would go from $7,800 down to $5,800. Right? So the nut would not have been as big of a nut to crack every month. If he would have just really, Jessica? Really? Really, Jessica?
You
Really?
said it. I mean, it's $200,000. I hope the nut
Jessica.
wasn't big enough nut to crack.
It is November. It is Men's Health Month. And I will appreciate you, madam, if you will not make fun of men not having to crack nuts.
You're triggering me. All right. I don't want to have to slap down $20 on the table like I'm Frasier.
Exactly.
Okay.
But $200,000, man, listen. Okay.
And a hooker on hookers.
And then,
I like the way. Yeah,
Well,
around
it says-
across the U.S. Like I
Yeah.
don't like. What's the implication there that he's going on like sex vacations all
Well,
the
And
okay,
it
so-
says 2018 and 2021. So is that just in those 2 years, or
No.
is it between?
It's between. It says, that's why the first
Between.
word says between 2018 and 2021, Pizzle. So
Reading comprehension is hard.
So, okay. So your problem is reading and mathematics.
You know what? You know what I
Well-
did? Okay, so I just did the quick maths. This is a stupid quick math.
Yeah,
Right? It's 4
yeah.
years, right? $20,000
that's
divided
50
by 4.
That's $50,000 a year.
You're talking about like for the
Household.
lowest income earners and yeah, for the lowest like income households in
mhm,
America,
mhm.
like it's like $25,000 to $30,000 is usually
Yeah.
what people say, you know?
Mhm,
Like you're talking like that's enough to like to feed a family sorry, quick math. I'm just
A family.
That-
You spent
it's-
a
you could-
family income on a
8
hooker.
times over.
Yeah.
8 times over.
Yeah.
Like that's nuts. I think it's
So-
16 actually. I don't
so
know math.
I want to get,
sorry.
there's 2 sections I want to get to. I want to get to where I think are important. The interview with the former sex worker. And I want to get to his new therapist. section. I want to get to that because
Oh, yeah.
that shit was mind-boggling too. So let's get on through this because I want to be respectful of people's times.
I am a former sex worker escort, and Boogie2988 was one of my clients. From LA, and I get a message on this website. You can probably guess which one.
Okay, now she said she's from LA. She got a message on the website, right? So this one was one of the LA things. And this was one of the things that Boogie talks about how it wasn't enough that he was, quote, banging Arkansas 8s, right? Which he probably was getting at a lot cheaper price. But he wanted an LA 10, right? He wanted an LA 10 because in his mind, these LA women who are, quote, 10s, he deserved that. He deserved that.
Sorry, Miss Paradox said something in chat that is actually true too.
What?
I didn't think about this angle of it. She said they said sex workers, that's cam girls and shit too.
Yeah.
That's OnlyFans stuff, I'm sure too.
Yeah.
So it's not even so I guess that's maybe where like across the US comes from. It's not
Sure.
even necessarily just local to wherever he's at in any given time. It's also potentially things that he's got online, and that's
Sure.
like, dude, I'm surprised that didn't come out like sooner. That Boogie was in all that. I can't believe somebody didn't expose that.
If you go back to God, when was it? There was a girl, and I believe she was actually here in Arkansas. And this was a big drama. Drama Alert even did a story on it, had Boogie on and everything, right? And she was like a cam girl, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on this. It's been a few years, right? But he had her, whatever, and she came forth and made all these allegations that he basically kept her, quote, captive in his home, would not let her leave. She did this whole big expose thing, really tried to whatever, and it was a big mess. And I want to think it was probably like 2018, 2019. Matter of fact, let me just do this here. Let me switch screens here so I can do a real quick look here, because we can go to Drama Alert.
So like, Boogie, if you're still watching, like I'm a Virginia 10, but I'll come over. I'll pinch those. Give me that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How much
All
would it take,
day.
Jessica? Since you opened up that can of worms, how much?
2,000.
Okay.
For the low price of $2,000, I, as a Virginia 10, will come over and pinch your fat flap.
Oh, just for that. Okay, I was gonna say like that's.
Well, it's partially for me too. Like I want to do it, but if I can get paid to do it,
that's why it's the low price.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this story is on Drama Alert from July 24th, 2018. So let's watch just as I know we're kind of changing gears.
Looks so weird.
Well, he is weird.
He looks a little chunkier, right? He's
Yeah.
younger and he looks a little bit chubbier. Yeah.
That's before he found the dollar in the woods.
Exactly. So I'm trying to. I'm kind of just did like a quick scrub here, so I'm not. They don't have timestamps, but we'll just.
Fox uploaded a video talking about her relationship with Boogie2988, and well, she had some shade. She said in the video that when her and Boogie started dating, like Boogie found her on some questionable website, they started dating, and well, like Boogie had her over to the house and would unload his problems on her and wouldn't let her leave, and she wasn't able to be home to do her
wouldn't let her leave. I remember that much. Yeah, see,
cam girl stuff to make money, so it caused her to go broke. All this stuff, and at the end, she referred to herself as a hooker. Roll it.
What I went through is something nobody.
Now, I don't want to be this guy, but I'm going to.
Could be it.
Here we go.
Look what this girl, look what her physical attributes are, right? And compare that to what his current girlfriend, her physical attributes.
They look the same.
Can you say she has a type? Can you say he has a type? I think we can.
I can be blonde, Boogie. I can be.
Well, she's just like a strawberry blonde. Yeah, I mean,
I can be a strawberry blonde. You can't really see it, but Like I'm working on it. Then he pinched them.
Jessica, I don't know if I can. I don't know if you want to. Okay.
Pinch it a little bit.
Okay.
But
yes,
again,
no,
here's
you're absolutely right though, people. I
Yeah.
think he does have a type, and
Yeah.
it's just like, but except like this time, I mean, the difference is that like the girl he's got has horrible psychological problems,
Yeah.
and is not in it for the money, and is in
Yeah.
it because she,
Oh, this,
you know,
this
invested
girl
in him as like a father figure or something now. And it's
you know,
weird.
in this, I remember watching this video. Yeah, she was a cam girl, right? And she was talking about, he wouldn't let her leave, kept her there, whatever. Wouldn't let her cam, so she quote couldn't make money, yada yada yada. I mean, it was a whole mess, right? Now, and I'd have to really go back and rewatch everything to remember all the little, details and stuff. But of course, Boogie was like, I didn't keep her, I didn't this, whatever else. But the trauma dumping, 100%, no questions asked. I believe that without any, because in the phone conversation, he trauma dumped the shit out of me. And at first I thought it was kind of, I felt like, okay, well, maybe this is like a test to see if I would go and make a video and expose all the shit that he told me, right? Because it was something that he had never put out there before, right?
Mm-hmm. Was
and
what he talked about, and I know you don't, I know you're
and
not
I won't,
talk
I
about
won't talk about it.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
I will not.
But
yeah.
can you say at least, was it anything that was covered in this documentary?
No. So that's the one thing. His whole thing with his parents and what happened with his childhood was not discussed in this documentary at all. This documentary just basically focused from his time frame from like 2018 to present. This is really what this focused on, because it was the whole thing was, this was about the downfall of this YouTuber, not why he's a broken man. Just but if you guys want some more, go back to this drama alert. It's from July 24th, 2018. And you can watch this, but yeah, this girl, I don't know if the original video is still up or not by the girl. You might be able to find that even. I re-uploaded it, whatever. And you can see it in its entirety, but go check. Yeah. And this was during that time, but this one was actually out in LA, right? But listen to the story that she tells, and listen to what she says about the amount of monies. And here's the thing too, I didn't pick up before this was LA, right? Max and I were talking a little bit earlier today about this. We was kind of doing some mathematics. Those numbers are out the window now that we talked about, because this is LA. So it's a whole nother price point, right?
It's exactly.
Yeah.
Have to endure. And the fact that I know.
Oh shit, wrong video.
One from this guy who looked a lot like Boogie.
That's weird.
I took women on vacations, and I took them out to fancy dinners, and I took them to like Disneyland and shit.
He bought me dinner, he got me a purse that we were talking about over messages, and he got me a couple of gift cards, and he spent well over $5,000 just
Why
on
would
me.
you? Okay, I will never understand this, because I've actually met some dudes in real life that have done this. Why are you playing sugar daddy if you ain't got no money?
But he had money back then. He had money.
Well,
back then he still had money.
Yeah,
right?
but okay, but you don't have your. I guess, but like you don't have your financing set up. Like listen, I'm not. Am I really gonna have the talk with the internet and with everybody here right now to say like, listen, all right, being a millionaire in America is not like it's not. If you live a low income life and you have means from a low income family and that's your perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or even a medium income, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might look at $1 million and go, holy shit, I will never be able to spend that much money in my life,
Wrong.
right? But what you don't realize is that is absolutely not true.
No.
You can spend any amount of money in any amount of time. It just depends on how bad you are with it, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that like $1 million is not like an amount of money that if I had, I would look at it like, oh, I'm set for life. I could spend this until like I could act like Daddy Warbucks all my life and be fine. No. You will go through like $1 million like if you're not paying attention. Once you get up to like the 100 million, maybe 80 million, 100 million range, then we might talk about, hey, you could just burn money every day and it really maybe wouldn't affect you. And even then I would probably say, I hope you have a lot of that invested, you know?
And
But
here's
doing this with like the
yeah.
amount of money that he apparently had, it's like
Yeah.
$700,000, something like that.
Yeah.
Just like, what are you, it's a lack of perspective. It's a lack of understanding.
So let's just stop and pause for a second. So we know he took $750,000 or $750,000 so that Pizzo can tune out again. And we know that, and we know he dropped 200 grand from 2018 to 2021, right? So in 4 years, he dropped another 200 grand. So that right there is right at it would be $950,000. I'm telling you, right? If he would have paid off his mortgage and took that money and invested it sanely, not in cryptocurrency and not on VJJ, right? But if he would have invested that money, I can tell you, if he was not crazy wackadoodle stuff, he could have lived comfortably for the rest of his life, because the interest yields alone would have paid enough for him to live off of his monthly expenses.
Yeah, and all he would have had to do is put in $10,000 into a CD. That's it, and it would have been. I only know that because I opened up a new savings account today, and it asked me if I wanted to open up a CD, but I didn't have $10,000. So
it is just amazing to me, because like I say, I'm fixed to turn 55, right? And I'm just thinking, if I had that kind of money just readily setting out there, I would have been retired a decade ago.
Man.
A decade ago.
Man. Oh, God.
And here's the thing too, right? Like I could buy a new vehicle, paid cash for it, whatever, and I still would have money.
You could have bought like 2 houses. You could have bought a Tesla.
How about this? I could have set up. No, I wouldn't buy anything like that. That's crazy.
But you could have.
Yeah, but I would rather take and invest and put money out there so that my grandkids, right, would be able to like not worry about if they wanted to go to college. Boom, they'd have money to go to college on. Or if they didn't want to go to college, want to do something else, whatever, fine. Then they'd have a nice little down payment on a house or whatever at some point in time in their life. Something like that, right? So
you're nice.
Well, no, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to take $200,000 and blow it on hooker and get
what
glitter
he's talking about is that's generational wealth, you know?
Yes.
That's the ability for your children and your children's children to have like a future. And it really doesn't take that much. It's not like in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of an ask for somebody to do that. You just have to have a little bit of like forethought and foreplanning. And just like if you're on a moment in your life where you are at a high and you do have a lot of money, just invest some amount of it. That's all. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, also, on the same note,
sorry, go ahead.
Because we brought up college.
Yeah.
And that is more than all of my student loans, like by more than double all of my student loans.
Yeah.
Like
Jesus.
Wild.
Okay.
Isn't it a crazy amount of money to look at?
So one night with this chick, right? So he got her a gift of $1,000 purse. He got her some gift cards with $500 on them. He spent $400 on dinner, a $500 hotel room, and then the escort fees alone were $2,500, right?
So that's
right there,
$5,000 pretty much.
$5,000. Well, it's that's two.
Wait, no, it's more than that.
45. It's like $5,000. No, it's $5,000.
My brain is fried, is what I'm realizing. I'm like trying to do math. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm nailing this, and I'm like, oh no, wait, no.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, that's a fuck ton of money, dude. Like, yeah, that is.
It's over $5,000 for one evening, right? One evening.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm a
Unless
tightwad.
it's like a quinceañera or something.
I'm a tightwad, right? I'll just give you an example. So I looked at recently going to try to trade off, because I'm currently driving a 2006 Trailblazer that's got like 180,000 miles on it, right? And I thought, okay, it's getting that break fix period where is it worth fixing it, versus
You could just get a new car.
going into another vehicle.
Because
Right. And so I went in to a dealership that I have been dealing with for like the last 15 years. And me and my family, like when I say me and my family, I'm talking about my wife and my children, whatever, we have bought, and my mom and so forth over the years, we have bought 3, 4, 5, 6 vehicles from this place, right? We have a really long history with this dealership. So I went in there and stuff, right? So I was looking at 2 different vehicles. One was a brand new, it was a 2024, and the other one was like a 2019, right? The 2019, they wanted like $24,000 for it, and they wanted a interest rate of like 9% interest rate. The brand new one, and in the 2019 had like 70-something thousand miles on it or something like that, 50,000 miles. The brand new one had 70 miles on it, right? And they were wanting like 35,000, with about $10,000 more. And they were wanting 3% interest rate on it.
The point is, you don't have to buy something brand new. You can get something that's like a little bit beat up, and
but I didn't do either. I didn't do either. No, but that's just it. That's the fallacy. No, because right, it's $10,000 less, but they were charging almost double the interest rate. Actually, they were charging because it was like 8.5%, and it was versus 3%, so it was almost triple the interest rate.
We're in the weeds of the numbers. I don't.
Okay,
I'm kind of losing you a little bit.
The bottom. Okay, so the bottom line is this, right? Is that just $5,000 he spent on one night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like basically it's like a quarter of the cost of a brand new vehicle.
Yeah.
One night. I guess I kind of went in the weeds. You're right. My bottom line is you spent $5,000 on one night. And that's like,
yeah, exactly. It's just the same thing with money. It's the same thing we've been saying about the money. It's just that if you had just not done that stupid thing and instead just, use that for anything normal or natural, I mean, $5,000 in one night.
See, this is where if this hadn't been live, I could have edited that shit out and not make myself look so stupid.
No, you're fine. You're fine, dude. I get what you were getting at, and I understand the purpose for all the numbers, but it's just, now I want to, but play the video. I'm going to do
You know the rules. The rules are we're going to go out and eat. We're going to have dinner. Maybe we're going to fuck. And you're going to enjoy a nice lifestyle that you don't normally get to enjoy.
So he was really funny, and definitely tell he was nervous. He did eat a lot of food. I'm pretty sure he got 2 entrees, which was very unique.
It's not a revelation. I like beautiful women. I like to hang out with beautiful women, fuck beautiful women. We all do. I never got to do that. The women I dated were pretty, sure.
We all do.
But they were like,
sorry. Okay, I really. This is oh God. This is the last. This is the last of the numbers that I'll say. Sorry, it's just because I was deathly curious for the amount of money that he had. Let's say he had $700,000, right, to begin with. If he had gone every single night to go get a hooker and do that $5,000 night, he would have only been able to do that 140 times before all of it would have been gone. Yeah. And I'm just saying that that's pretty much what happened.
That's not even a half of a year.
That's pathetic. That's like that. What the fuck, dude? Like, bro, and that's over 4 years. That's over 4 years. So I'll divide that by 4, right? So he's doing that like 35 times a year, bro. How much do you need? Like John, like Nerdy John was saying in chat before, fucking Pornhub is free, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have easily.
Okay, so
reached
but here's
out
a
to Mr. Girl and got the sex doll.
Okay, but here's the problem.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing you guys are not taking consideration with the whole Pornhub is free thing. He couldn't reach his own dick.
Which is why he could have gotten a sex girl or a fleshlight.
Wait. Are you being serious? Or are you? Is that a joke? Because I mean.
No,
I'm being serious. Did you see when he was reaching down there to move the meat curtains? He couldn't. When he pulled that stuff up, he still wasn't even reach his dick.
His reach is like to his belly button.
Yeah.
He can't go further than that because they're fat and his arms.
I guess you're right.
Think about that. This guy can't even jerk himself off.
He can't jerk himself off, man.
I feel like that should be the new he ain't got a pot to piss in. That should be it. He got so little money he can't even jerk himself off.
Exactly, right.
Damn.
So here's the thing.
Boogie, reach out to Mr. Girl. He's got a sex doll review, and he said it was pretty good. Or you can get a fleshlight. That's
okay.
I mean,
Lucid Enemy said in chat, didn't he get a fleshlight sponsor?
Who knows? Maybe.
Probably.
Well, Lucid said flashlight, but that's not. I mean, I guess you can do something with a flashlight, but I don't think that would be something Boogie's into.
It doesn't sound like a bright idea to me.
It doesn't.
So let's. So let's listen to the rest of this interview because I want to. Yeah.
Arkansas 8s, not LA 10s. With sugar in, I got to fuck some LA 10s, and I think that's cool.
We got back to the hotel.
I think that's. Who the fuck cares about LA 10s? Jesus Christ, man.
I mean, the LA 10s that I've seen.
Yeah.
I have yet to see an LA 10. I'm just saying. Yeah. They're all on TV and they're all not sex workers.
That's the thing is like LA 10s.
LA, they're so intimidating. Like I see,
yes,
I've seen some, and it's just like I just want to look at you and like.
But it's not real.
I don't want to be around somebody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I don't want to be around somebody like that. Like okay,
they're vapid.
This is getting into the weeds of stuff, but for me, looks can only put you to either a 6 or a 7, depending. And I'm saying like if you're a 7 just by looks for me, that is like a 10 out of 10, right? The other 3, the last 3 or 4, depending, you got to earn it. Okay, so I will give you as many points as it takes to get you up to whatever number. That is to say that like if somebody's butt ass ugly but just is a very very nice person and fits me very well, I think I could do it. I think I can manage that. But I am not under any circumstances going to fucking sacrifice like what makes me happy or what makes me engage or love a person just because they look good. That's stupid. That's like buying a Tesla just because you like just for the status symbol of it. It's like it's like if you like the car, if you enjoy that and whatever, and it fits you and it works for you, then great. But if you're buying it just so that you could be like, I have a Tesla, look at me, I go to the golf course with my, it's just like no, dude, status symbol nonsense. People pay $500 for a pair of fucking jeans. Go to fucking Walmart, dude. Same goddamn look. About $300 cheaper, or like what is it, $450 cheaper. Stupid. I hate it. Can't stand it.
I slept with Boogie2988. Overall, the experience, and I don't mean to fat shame or anything, but there was rules upon rules upon rules, and it took me a lot of time to find a stick.
Yeah, right? That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't hear that part before, but I guess that is an extra sense of
and
nuance
also,
there.
that is absolutely fat shaming. Like I own that, okay? Like don't tell me I don't mean a fan shape, but rolls upon rolls. You could have just said, due to the physiology of the situation, it wasn't the easiest to access.
Okay,
it's an
so
anonymous interview. I agree with Gigi.
No.
Yes.
What?
You're saying the same damn thing. You're just putting a little sugar on there so it doesn't sting as bad. But you're saying the same damn thing.
But here's what I'm not doing. I'm not saying I don't mean to fat shame, but I was saying, no, listen, I'm going to fat shame because in my work as in my job as a sex worker, I find that different bodies create certain problems for me.
Look.
And
right. It's like
here's the thing. I don't know why, honestly, I don't know why this girl is saying anything. Because she made enough money off of his ass that she was able to quit the sex industry and went to school and became a nurse.
Yeah, to become a nurse. Which we looked it up while we were like.
Well, yeah, but that was I thought because I missed the fact that she was in LA. Those numbers we looked at were based upon Arkansas numbers, and so it's a little bit.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah. Then I'll look that up too.
Yeah.
Wait, so was she was a nurse? She became a nurse, so she was making at the very least in LA, $35 an hour
As a nurse.
as a nurse.
But what we were talking about was she made enough money off of Boogie that she was able to leave the sex industry and get a job as and get trained to be a nurse, to get an education to be a nurse. How much money did this man give her that she was able to quit?
Well, it said partial. It said partial. It didn't say he paid for all of it.
I believe he paid for all of it because I'm looking at the numbers. They're saying, I mean, it's a pretty wide range. This is just like from a quick Brave search, but it says it's like anywhere from like $1,000 to like $20,000 plus per semester. So just looking at the ballpark here, I'm gonna say it's probably closer to like maybe like 18, something like that. So it's like, but that's per
semester.
like,
so that's like
per semester.
So that's like $26,000 a year, right? Because there's 2 semesters.
Something like that.
So if you get an LPN, right, that would be a total of 2 semesters, right? I'm sorry, 4 semesters, right? Because it's 2 years for an LPN. An RN is 4 years or 8 semesters, right? So if it's like, say 20, what do we say max? 20? What did you say average?
18. Okay. 18 about.
Let's do easy math. We'll say $20,000 a semester.
Yeah, you could say 20.
So that would be $40,000 a year, right? Or so it'd be $80,000 for a LPN, and if she went and wanted to become an actual full RN, which is a 4-year degree, right? So then you're looking at like $160,000.
I believe
We've never done more math on this podcast in the history of Clear's Voice.
It is really funny because I didn't expect the Boogie one to be the math one, but I mean, honestly, his financial issues are the biggest problem. That's what everything else.
That's what this whole documentary is about. Yes. Yes.
No, I mean, it would help a lot.
Okay. Here's why the money is the biggest issue on this, and why this documentary is all about, right? Because the whole thing is he had become accustomed to a certain level of living, right? And so he was comfortable, and not only was he comfortable paying those $8,000 a month nut, right? He was actually able to put money in the bank and blow $200,000 over a 4-year period on sex workers, right? But now all of a sudden, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that money. So it's 100% about money. This is a money-driven documentary, right? Because that's all he's focused on is he was here, now he's here, and he's like, how do I get back to... Because that's all he focuses on is money. And this entire documentary is about money.
He says he has, what is it? He's a narcissist, like a certain kind of narcissist where he wants you to pity him, and that's... where I guess he derives his confidence.
Yes.
And that, I would argue, that's the biggest problem. Because also, can I say that's the part of him that makes him repulsive to me? Which is a harsh word, but it's an accurate one. Because I really find his whole, like, these are my problems, pity me, like, actively repulsive. Probably because I was raised like you should be able to pick yourself up. So if anything, it's really hard to ask for help and or be honest about problems that I have. So what he's doing is like it actively makes me want to. I actually put off watching this till just before this because I was disgusted.
You're so disgusted by it.
Well, if Boogie is interested, I'm a narcissist, so I can pretend to be sad for you and pity you. Just let me self-lapse.
Jessica, how's that popsicle doing for you?
It's so good.
All right, so
I didn't get to this part of the video.
So here's some more. This is the boxing match. So Keemstar or Happy Punch paid him $10,000, right, for this boxing. That was his purse, $10,000. So he had $1,250 in flights, $1,500 in boxing lessons, $2,000 in physical therapy. He had to have 2 MRIs, which was $1,000.
Oh my God.
He had to have, he spent $2,000 in meals. $2,000.
I think it's ironic that that's one of his biggest expenditures. It's an easy dunk, but somebody has to say it.
He spent $1,750 in hotels. He spent $150 in gloves and wraps, and $350 on a pair of shorts that wouldn't stay up that they had to tape up.
Right. Right. I forgot about that. Ugh.
So when you
So,
total
and
all
that's
that
out
up,
of the $10,000, right?
so if you
That's all
total all
out of
that
that.
up, if you total all that up, right? Let me do the math real quick in my head here, right? So you've got it's like $10,000, right? So you've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got $8,000 right off the bat. Then you take the sub thousand. So you got 250, 500, that's 750, another 750. So that's 1450. So that takes us to to 950. And then
Holy
you got
shit, that's actually that's actually
yes,
$10,000.
that's what I said. It's $10,000. Yeah. So
Oh
he
my God,
he got
Mom.
Damn.
zero. He got zero on that.
Oh my god. How do you do that to yourself? How do you if the reason you did this was for money,
And then you got no money.
I'll be honest with you too. I don't really love the thing of like if Boogie's talent, then technically they should be paying at least for his flights and stuff. I think that's a little bit.
Yeah,
It's a little bit
here's the
ridiculous.
thing. I
Yeah,
think
I
the
found that
flights,
shitty also.
the flights should have been
Yeah.
covered, right? I think the flights should have been
It
covered.
should. And
The meals,
hotel
the
should have been
meals,
covered,
and
too.
hotels should have been covered.
Yes.
Everything
agree.
else on him.
Yeah, that's
right?
all on him. Yeah, 100%.
But
I
but
agree
the
with that.
flight, the hotel, and the meals, I feel like should have been covered. You know, by
Keemstar,
the
that doxing bastard.
exactly.
Oh my
Son of a
God,
bitch.
that word. Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Nope,
Sweep.
nope,
Sweep.
nope,
We're
Right.
sweeping?
We're sweeping.
Okay.
We're sweeping.
Okay, so this is what he put out for this month, right? So his health insurance is $800 a month. He had $500 in medical bills. He had $500 in utilities. He has $750 in doctor visits. He had $950 in physical therapy. He had lab work, which was $325. He had a car payment, was $210. Car insurance, $95. Diablo 470. So he even bought the upgraded tier of Diablo.
And let's be honest, that's a pay-to-win game, so, you know.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 16, he spent $90 on. Tears for the Kingdom, he put $70 on. So here's the, I mean, it's like, you've got all these expenses. Why are you buying Diablo and Final Fantasy and Tears of the Kingdom?
What Final Fantasy did he get that was 90? Because I got the deluxe edition, right? And it was like $80. And it was horrible. The open world exploration, gone. The great graphics, gone. This Final Fantasy 16 is the laziest Final Fantasy I've ever played since, like, Final Fantasy 10 was great, and it went all the way until Final Fantasy 15. All great, right? Final Fantasy 16, what?
Yeah,
Waste
I thought
of
15
money.
was really garbage too, but yeah. It was
Right.
definitely better than 16.
15, yes, it was definitely better.
That's
I
right,
liked it. I
100%.
cried at the end of it.
Yeah.
I will debate
I
you on
cried
15,
at the
but we
end
can do
of
that later.
15.
Well,
I
all right.
didn't catch the golden fish yet.
No,
So let's wrap this up, because this last little segment I really want to watch, because I have some real strong thoughts about this.
Okay.
So there's something I've always wanted to try. There's a lot of research that came out of Europe, and now we're doing it here in the United States, where psychedelics can help reset certain brains. People who experience childhood abuse, people who've gone through trauma, people who deal with post-traumatic stress disorder, and I'm all of those.
Can I say really quick? I don't know what it is about polo shirts that every time I see someone wearing them, I think they're going to work, because I can't imagine somebody putting on a polo shirt by choice.
I wear polo
Probably
shirts sometimes.
That's all I wear. That and a t-shirt
I don't
occasionally.
listen.
He
there
just
are
actually
so
just caught
many
us all
other-
with a shade.
Yeah, right.
What the?
Okay, so I was like, oh, last ditch effort. He got a job. Like, that was my initial reaction, and I was
Okay.
so disappointed to
yeah.
find out no, that's not what he's doing. Like I was like,
You poor
oh,
sweet
he's
summer child.
finally
Yeah.
accepting reality. No.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into this
Damn
the
it.
psychedelics segment here, because I really have. I want to watch this. I got some thoughts.
Yes.
To be honest, I'm scared shitless.
I haven't seen this yet.
It's one of the only things I haven't tried yet. So let's give it a shot.
If you go in scared shitless, it's gonna suck.
If you imagine that this is still about getting a job, it still applies.
So,
I guess, yeah.
so we're riding on a country road, which we have a lot of them here in Arkansas. There's a lot of roads that still aren't paved. Dirt roads are a thing. So I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not taken aback by that, right? Because I'm just an old country boy. So dirt road ain't bothered me here, right? The problem is, and they don't cover this, and I don't think they really get into this in this. But in other videos that Boogie did during this time, was he talked about how he quit taking all of his pharmaceutical or his medically prescribed medications. And so he quit all that, and he's going holistic. Nothing, no shade. I do a little holistic medicating myself, right? But I still am under medical care. I still take pharmaceuticals that my arthritis doctor assigns me. I just kind of supplement it a little bit here and there when I need to. So
it is worth saying for TOS reasons too.
Yeah.
Go consult your medical doctor for what is right for you.
Yes, correct.
Don't ever take advice from anybody on the internet.
No,
that's a bad idea.
No. But here's what we're fixing to get into. This is where my mind was. I knew he was doing the psychedelics and was doing shrooms. But the whole environment in which he was doing it, this is where my mind literally went, right? The numbers and the math and all that with the money. I was like, okay, all right. He needs an accountant to come in and help his ass. But this stuff here, I was just like, my head literally exploded.
My given name is Ryan Arthur DeLeolio, and I've adopted the name Flaming Star. There's one thing that's undeniable, is that there's always this question about why. Why am I here?
Can I say, this is where I, being Mike Klum, go, okay, we are now going to do this and turn this into like a found footage B horror movie that's
like
really gory. It's gonna be
Boogie Witch.
bad. Yeah, and then there's gonna be like a killer, and then in the end, it's gonna be like somebody stabbed dollar in the wood, and it's gonna be
I got it. It'll be called The Boogeyman.
No, there it is.
Pretty good.
This could have been a great thing.
So let me say, now I don't know if this is something that a lot of our viewers do, or if you guys have engaged in this or not, but getting around a bonfire, right, and having a few drinks, maybe passing a jug of shine around, things like that. That's a normal occurrence here in Arkansas, right? So I'm okay, right? I'm whatever. But the fact that he's going to this guy who, here's the thing else too, right? They don't really give this guy's credentials other than he's changed his name to Flaming Star or whatever. And he is a quote shaman. Well, where did he get these? I mean, was it an online course? Did he sign up
to take credential?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you go to school for that, or like what? Like
what is this guy's bona fides, right? I'm like, okay, so this looks like to me, and I take this as disrespect. I don't give a shit. He looks like any other Tom, Dick, and Harry redneck out here that I have stood around a fire with and passed a shine jug around a time or two with. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying? This is not, it's not a very controlled environment, right? We've got a dude that's popping psychedelics in front of a freaking bonfire.
And he's worried about it going into it.
Yeah.
I still got the green flannel that I wore the night that I did shrooms for the first time, and it's got slashes that I re-sewed because I was tied up in the hospital bed, freaking out, and that was in a controlled environment. No, the story is nuts, but we're not going to get into it tonight. That's nuts.
Okay,
I want to hear about that later, but
first and last time.
Wow.
So let's watch this.
What's really happening? Who am I? That's what happens when you seek out hallucinogenics. It's gonna allow everything else physically here to relax. The emotional stuff is gonna come out, trauma's gonna come out, but afterwards your atoms are gonna go back into their original positions.
It took me 3 days. It took me 3 days to realize I was back in reality.
Just to play devil's advocate, I have been actually recommended by a number of people, including therapists, that shrooms and microdosing can be helpful for, you know, trauma.
Well, we've all saw what happened to Aiko.
Good point. Good point.
Whoa, I thought we were sweeping. What?
Oh,
no,
that's
no.
right, we were sweeping.
Well, no, but that's like several sweeps ago, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. All right, we don't have to sweep that? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
But here's the thing. This dude is stroking Boogie's head, y'all.
Yeah, don't
he's a
touch
shaman,
me. I'm
right?
so not about that. Like,
I saw him at the White House. Like, you know, he was wearing a Viking hat and all that shit. Anybody remember that?
Yeah, maybe the same guy. I don't know. Jeez.
Same guy. Same guy.
Yeah.
That's my headcanon.
It'll be mind, body, and spirit all one together. We're all connected.
I believe it.
You get
I would
to a
love it if,
certain
like, right in
point
the middle of this trip, he just breaks the log.
Same, Jalen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, psychedelics are bad if you're crazy. It isn't worth it, yeah.
No, so the reason why I went down the bad rabbit hole was because Scott said something. He said, this is his exact words. He said, I feel like I'm saying really horrible shit to you right now, but I know I'm not. Boom! All I could think about was, what horrible shit do you think you're saying about me? And then I went down the bad rabbit hole and I never came back. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was bad. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, shit. What happened here? Hang on here.
Collect mine. That connectivity, you realize your hands are basically like USB ports.
So these are the. It's crazy to think that something that just grows.
So he's stroking his legs. His hands and feet are USB ports. What the hell?
What the hell is it? Tell me Boogie didn't do all of that.
Yes, he does.
All I did was like, what? I think it was like
I feel like body weight probably is a factor here, right? Like,
well,
he probably
sure.
needs to eat more.
But he's got looks like what, like 4 mushrooms there. And here's
is that
a lot? I don't know.
That's caps and stems. Yeah, you do caps or stems, or like you do a few stems and maybe half a cap, but you don't do full on, especially not for your first time. You take it slow.
Oh,
That's
well,
the other thing that screwed me up, because I liked the taste.
Well, look
and
at
I was like, I could take more, and Scott was like, I don't think so, and I was like, give me that bag.
So watch what he does here with these mushrooms.
Grows out of the ground, has so much power, and I'm actually holding it in my hand right now. But here we go.
You're fucked.
They don't taste bad. Honestly, that doesn't taste
They
bad.
don't. They actually
They're
I
pretty
don't like
dry.
the taste.
Everybody just says it's kind of earthy.
Stem and all.
Oh, the whole thing, yeah.
Okay.
No.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, goodbye. Bye.
So now, okay,
Boogie.
so
May God bless
now
you
he's
and
burning
be
some
with you on your
sage. You know,
journey.
you got to purify the bad spirits. He's doing his own sweeping right now.
Yeah.
With his fucking, oh my god, his Crocs, Jesus Christ.
Oh, hang on.
It's
I'm
like
getting
everything
like
that's
the.
going on here. Can I
used to
say?
do this.
So
I used to do
creepy.
this with like my friends in college and stuff when they would do that shit. I'd get like the weird stomach feeling for them, like the oh no, don't do this, don't do this.
Yeah. Well, hang on.
This
It
make
gets
my
better,
stomach-
Max. It gets better. Don't disassociate. I've already got one disassociated member tonight.
Oh no, I'm
not.
not I'm hooked in. I want to know what happens. I feel like I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
up.
because I didn't watch it with my eyes. I watched it with my ears last time.
Okay.
So, I think we've been about 20 minutes in.
About 15, yeah.
About 15. So we're about 15 minutes in, and I started to feel things are kind of wavy and kind of disconnected. It's kind of like my brain works on multiple channels, and like I have to pick and choose what I'm concentrating on. I have no clue where the fuck I am, or even.
That's the good part. That's the good.
I recognize.
He's about to experience the second part of the realization of letting go. And we're gonna get to the other side of it. I told you they'd come. It's gonna get nice and bright in about 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
And the
All the
reflection in the
colors.
water is really cool too. So what do you think was the first trauma that you experienced which basically set up like a defense mechanism for you?
Man, yeah, my parents are just crazy. They're broken people.
Parents?
Yeah. Stewards. People who are like trying to oh, okay. Okay. Yep. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
What?
Right. Right.
So he's just he's not he's just talking to nobody.
No,
but in
no,
his
he
head
is-
he's
no, it's not to nobody. It's to the other the parallel worlds that he's in right now.
Oh,
He's in. He's no, for real. I was in 3 separate worlds at the same time, and I knew all of them.
Okay.
All at the same time. It was like watching 3 TVs, and I was the main character in each one.
Oh God!
I want you to. I want you to be like a superhero, like in a superhero comic. But like, you know how like, you know, a Spider-Man got bit by like a radioactive spider. I want you to have like ingested radioactive fucking mushrooms, and that's why you are the way you are.
No, me on shrooms is a bad night for the police. They chased me through the house into the front yard, and all I was wearing was a button-down green flannel shirt and no underwear. I badge flashed all my roommates and all the neighbors.
Oh, don't do drugs, kids. Stay
bad.
in school.
Well, I was about to agree with Jessica a little bit, and then she went on in a different direction than I thought she was going. I was gonna say, you know, sometimes you drink a little bit too much and something, you know, some thought from a long time ago clicks in your head. Sometimes right before you black out, Smeagol appears out of nowhere. But that's it. These parallel dimensions, I'm not doing all that.
I've never blacked out for drinking.
I'm so glad
but
I've never
I
done
did go
shrooms, and
into different
I think I'm
worlds.
This was
Yeah.
not
Same
shrooms.
time.
I just got really drunk on Jaeger one day. Like way
Oh, but it's
too
But
drunk.
that's Jaeger though. Like, isn't that the whole
That
thing?
was
Like
the-
it.
I used to be a Jaeger girl, but
But-
that,
but-
I didn't know Jaeger did that.
There's two alcoholic substances that I know have some sort of hallucinogenic properties. It's Jägermeister and absinthe. Those are the 2 that I know of.
Okay, this is the first time I'm hearing Jaeger has hallucinogenic properties. Here's what I know.
I've heard that. I don't know if it's true, but
I've had way too big a bottle to myself. You know when you're sitting down and drinking, and then you have to stand up for some reason, and you realize you should.
and then that's when that's when it hits you, and you go, "Oh wait."
Yes, so that happened.
Yeah,
That's
I've had
how that
yeah.
happened.
Fair enough.
Anyways,
All right, I want to see the rest of this this
Yeah.
experience. Boogie's on a
Like they
hero's
don't.
journey.
I mean, that shit doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. That was the dumbest
You're
shit.
not playing the video.
Oh, it happened so long ago. Like I've just been waiting for the right time to just drop that shit.
So, when did you feel the need of this separate personality? Was that like what you used as a coping mechanism to socialize with?
Oh, that's exactly what it is, right? Like I didn't know what the hell. I didn't know how to communicate what I was dealing with or what I was going through, and I just.
Right, we put on these different faces in order to deal with situations in society.
You try to give people what the hell they want.
And then you felt like that was the need to make up Francis or other personalities?
Yeah.
Are you ready to let all that go?
Yeah, please, man. Oh my God. This is the first time I've ever felt happiness.
Wait, what?
Happiness. Like, this is the first time I felt it. I was about to tell him, man, it's all kind of bullshit. It's all bullshit. Just all the things I've been worried about.
Because you are the
where's
master
his
of your
girlfriend during this? I was like, wasn't
Who
this the
knows?
section about her? Really?
That is a
Like,
good
so
question.
okay.
He's like,
So
this is the first time I'm feeling happiness.
Okay.
But what about
Okay.
the?
all right. So this is a little bit out of. This is a little bit, I think, out of. What the shit, Pizzle? God,
I gotta go
you're
potty.
gonna make me trip here. So if this was actually like the first time that he did the psychedelics, right? His girlfriend was not in the picture then.
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay,
Which,
so she just wasn't there. So this was like before he had met her.
this is yes, this as far as in the chronologic order.
Whoa,
this was after.
so
This was before the girlfriend came into the picture.
but hold on, you said the first time. Did he do this again?
I don't know if he's done it multiple times. I think he has done this multiple times. Yes, just based upon some tweets that he's made, and I think he has done the psychedelic stuff a few times. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Now, how often and how much? I can't tell you. I don't know that, but I know based on some tweets and some of the things that he said in some of his videos that he has. He's done this a few times.
I'm just imagining, like, so it's like this shaman dude, right?
Yeah.
He's like trying to talk like psychology to him and like, you know, and philosophy and all this stuff. And I'm just thinking like
so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like,
so icky.
dude, you if you're gonna be fucking with your brain, if you're trying to basically rewire your brain, right, and trying to like, you know, put things, straighten them out so that they make more sense and all that and whatever, and trying to remove your baggage and everything, you probably don't want that from the asshole who just like, you know, has taken a couple shrooms a few times and has probably worked some of his friends through it, who then just like did a cursory fucking Google search of you and your persona and then just assumed everything on you. Past that, like, I don't know, maybe there was more of a process there, maybe they had a longer conversation before they did all this stuff or whatever. I'm just saying that, like, for people who want to do this, like this holistic thing, I think that there should be, I honestly, I really think that it would make more sense to me if it was done more in like in the presence of like a psychologist, or at least somebody who has some level of actual true knowledge and understanding academically of like how the human brain operates and stuff, because like you don't know how you're rewiring your brain or if it's going to be better or worse. That's where my mind goes anyway. I'm like, who knows it's going to be better? Maybe this stuff is actually here for a reason. I don't know.
So, as someone who actually has now learned to recognize when people are on these kind of drugs, that guy is on shrooms while he's guiding Boogie in this, which makes me very uncomfortable. And what you're describing is what they do have now, although I think it's for ketamine. So, ketamine is now being used to treat severe depression. And when you do this, it's like a clinic, it's like a spa. There are doctors there, and you're on a therapy regimen. Like, it's not just here's some ketamine, let's go sit around a fire and talk about it. It's you're talking to a therapist, you do ketamine with them. They have like therapy notes where they've been tracking what you've been doing and what you're there to take care of. Like, it's all very clinical. And it's not this. I'm not saying this can't also be helpful. But it does seem like he could guide you in like the wrong direction theoretically. It all feels
that's
very
what I'm saying.
icky to me.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, that's we're almost there. We've almost made it through.
It's a game, right?
So it's up to you to choose.
Steven, can you get up? Hello?
Let's get his apnea.
Dude, the struggle is real. I feel that shit every morning.
See, so wait, he met the girlfriend is after this. He meets the girlfriend after this, but
correct.
This in the documentary comes after her portion, her section.
Yes, yeah, it's not in order chronologically.
And that's what confused me. And so when he's saying I've never felt happiness, I'm like, and that was not clear, and I didn't appreciate it.
Okay, so does that clear it up for you?
It does.
Okay.
Here yet.
I also find it troubling, honestly, for a guy who has struggled and did the surgery, the weight loss surgery. The first thing he does is grab a Mountain Dew.
A Mountain Dew, and that's right near his bedside, so that means that he was drinking that the night before. Yeah, that's not a good nighttime snack.
I'm a big guy. I'm an obese guy, right? But I drink water. All I do is drink water. I have coffee of a morning, right? But after I have my couple of cups of coffee, water, that's it. I don't drink sodas. I'm like, God, dude,
Yeah,
The caffeine, the sugar, the
it's just you do it to yourself, you know.
Yeah.
I don't really want breakfast. That's a change. Jesus. Whew. Ooh, guys. Let's go. It's just all bullshit. Like, none of this matters. None of it. It's all a construct. It's all a simulation. It's a fucking video game.
Bruh. That's so stereotypical.
That's problematic, is what that is.
I just feel like that's like he's trying to have a change, and it's like he's forcing it, and it's so bad. That's really bad. That's just really bad. Ugh. Well, I don't think Boogie is ever gonna. I'm gonna be honest. Like after this, like I'll watch the rest of the documentary on my own. But like, I don't think he's ever gonna be able to change. I don't think he's ever gonna. I would love it if he would. You know, I would love to have hope, and all that. But it's like, dude, I think that you've been through enough of these. You've had enough people who just care to help you.
Yeah.
And you need. It's nobody else, man. It's literally just you. You literally just have to get out of your own way in that way, you know? I don't know, like that it's the sad thing. There's a few people in life that are like this. It's just like, dude, nobody can solve this for you.
I'll be honest with you.
There is not a soul. Like if you think it's not a thing, it's not a person, it is not a substance, it's not anything like that, you know? It's just that. It's just, you know, it's you. It's all you. You got to change what's up here. You got to change your brain, you know, your own self. And it's a constant struggle. It's not something you can just like pop in or something like that. It's just like and for that reason, I just don't feel like he's ever gonna be able to do it.
Yep.
So
I agree.
It's sad. Yeah. Very, very sad.
I'm hopeful. I'm gonna let these guys be the naysayers. I'm like, you know, any day above ground is a day you could change directions.
Absolutely. No, I agree with
that. Don't. Listen. It's
not over. No, it's never over.
It's never over. As long as he's drawing breath, it's never over. I'm just saying that if you watch all this video and you listen to things that he says, right? I just don't think there is a desire there to change for the positive, right? He doesn't look to try to change his spending habits or to do anything.
It's not inward. He sees the problems outward. Is what it seems like. Yeah. And it's like even now when he's at a stage where it seems like he is a little bit more introspective, that's not going to help because you're not thinking about like you're worried about like everything else, and it's like it's a relatable story though. I'll give him that. Like it's like there's a lot of elements of this that make it so relatable, and I think this is why he's an OG YouTuber. This is why people are people know and see OG YouTubers as that. It's relatability. That's the market. You know, that's the market share. So,
but anyway, let me drop the link to the documentary in the chat.
As far as the documentary itself, because you know, Boogie is still he's still with us. He can still do things and change and all that. But the documentary itself, like I did feel like it was kind of a plateau the entire time. Like what really changed from the beginning to the end about Boogie, and that was 9 months that were like so many things in the documentary, a net zero, and like. I guess if that was the goal, was for you to really feel this stagnation, then, you know, congratulations that was successful. Because it really, I felt like I watched 55 minutes and it took away like slightly more repulsion of a person who I didn't really know or care that much to begin with. And it wasn't like what did I learn from this? Did I learn not to be like Boogie? Did I learn, you know, what did I learn from this?
It's funny.
Really?
And Boogie even I mean, and the thing about this documentary, I think that is special, different from all the other ones that have discussed Boogie. Boogie said himself, you know, in the promotional for a lot of this stuff, that he can't for this one he can't blame Mike. He can't, he can't blame the person who made the documentary for not understanding something or whatever.
Yeah.
He was literally involved with the process. So everything
Yeah.
that's right here is exactly what Boogie would have done if he had made this himself, because he basically did. I mean, not exactly, but like,
Well,
he was heavily involved.
He gave Mike unfeathered access to not only himself, Boogie himself, people around Boogie, but to his finances, everything, right? So this is by far the biggest quote unquote expose video on Boogie.
And it's himself. He did.
Here's here's the thing, right? Boogie, like I said, Boogie's fixed to turn 50 here real soon, right? And the thought of a person who's in their 50s and has no financial stability is just so scary to me, right?
Yeah.
It is. He's fixing to lose his house because he can't make his monthly mortgage payment on it. So he's going to lose his house, right? Hopefully he can get some of his equity out of the home. Hopefully he can sell it. Hopefully he can get some equity out of it. Hopefully he can parlay that into and buy. Listen, Boogie, I don't know if you ever see this, but if find a house that you can pay for clear and free, if whatever equity you get out of that home, and so that you do not have a mortgage. That is by far, that is probably your biggest financial obligation every month, is that mortgage, and you just get rid of that, man. And then and another thing too, dude, something tells me you don't do a lot of cooking, right? Something tells me you do a lot of, because there's one scene we didn't even show it, where he went to sell his cards at the local magic shop. He sells the cards. He gets enough money to supplement or to help meet his buddy a little extra so he could play magic that night, because he didn't want people to know that he was that flat bust broke. And then on the way home, and then on the way home, he stopped off at Taco Bell to get him supper that evening, and he didn't even have the $20 to pay the Taco Bell bill, and so the documentary dude had to pay for his Boogie's supper that night. Now, look, dude.
Can I say, I think that I'm sitting here and recapping this whole thing of me feeling like I took away nothing from this. And I think it's frustrating because this documentary could have been an opportunity, like you guys said. He basically did it himself, which means he had full control over what message he wanted to put out there.
Sure.
And I don't know. So when I sit here and go, well, what was his goal? I don't know what his goal was, but I think like the summation of it for me, and anyone can criticize that this obviously speaks to who I am as a person, but what I took away from this is what Boogie said to me was, I deserve this. And like, yikes. I think that's why it's bad. Like, you're telling me I should pity you because of your health at the same time as I see you wake up and the first thing you have is a Mountain Dew. You're telling me I need help finances at the same time I see you prioritizing video games, and as someone in the chat mentioned, he doesn't even do game reviews. Oh, Nerdy said that, right? He doesn't even do game reviews. So you don't
so it's
need
not
these
even
things.
like,
You're telling me like everything is just you're telling me how much money, how you used to have money and you spent $200,000 of it on hookers. Like, I'm so sorry, but where am I supposed to find like pity? Not even just pity for you, but like what I said I had was like I was repulsed by it, and now I'm just kind of like insulted. I work really damn hard. $200,000 would make all the difference, right? To me and mine. So like it's insulting for you to sit here and ask me for money at this point, almost.
Well,
I doubt that was his intention.
Well, you know, speaking of people who give us money,
Mhm.
quick shout out to the Goblin Crew, Joe, aka Mr. Braimium Leia, Simon Goge, Chicken Lily, Voltage Mike, Mame S, Trippy Savage, K Huck, and Pigeon Salad. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Goblin Crew.
Yep.
We do appreciate you. And you know, just a quick warning: we don't know where Seth is currently, so hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husband, because you know, we be goblin out here.
Hide your cheese. Right, hide your cheese.
Hide your
so.
cheese. Yes,
Yeah.
hide that cheese. That's right.
And on that note, guys, we're gonna get out of here.
And no call in. Sorry, guys.
I'm call
running
in.
close on time. I got.
We got to get out of here. Max has got another hot date. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, there will be no peepaw in the morning. I've got to go run. I've got a family obligation I got to attend to tomorrow morning, so I won't be able to. There won't be a stream in the morning. So I'll see you guys Saturday. Listen, there is a Netpeckers episode that just dropped right before this show over on D.Max channel. Go check it out. I think it'll answer some questions that people have been having. You want to know? Somehow. There you go.
Somehow people want us to talk about it.
Still clarify. I thought we had clarified previously, but maybe we didn't. So we're going to clarify what again, because we got a bunch of goldfish people with 8-second brains. But anyway, definitely go check that out. We will see you guys Sunday evening right here, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Never know who all is going to show up of the crew. But anyway, thanks for tuning with us tonight. Definitely go watch this documentary. Go watch the Dark Sad Life of Boogie. I think Mike did an excellent job. Again, thanks for the donations. Thanks for the channel memberships and so forth.
Thank you, Mike Klum, for the $10 from
the $10.
We do appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And
I didn't go nearly as hard on you as I was going to. And remember to keep your powder dry, and we shall see you in the funny papers.
You look so amazing in that sundress. Wonder what you look like when you're undressed. I can see the future in your eyes. You know I would never tell you lies. I just want to see you smile, so stick around a while, baby. I see your man blowing up your phone, telling you that you need to come home. If that clowny ain't about a thing, look, I don't see no engagement ring. You said that he did you dirty, so what's the harm in flirting, baby? Cause your boyfriend's a bitch, he ain't shit, he can suck on my dick, I ain't with all that